Welcome, Lemurs fans. James Nasser here as we're ready for some more Lemurs baseball, or about ready, at least, as the ceremonial first pitch about to be tossed out here in Kansas City, as the Lemurs are in Kansas City to take on those T-Bones here in Kansas City, Kansas. Sizzle, the T-Bones mascot, standing behind whoever the player is catching the first pitch. Can't tell who it is because Sizzle's in the way. But the Lemurs enter the game tonight. They are second in the South Division. They have a record of 43-33. They just swept the Texas Air Hogs. In fact, they only allowed one run against the Air Hogs in that entire series. That came last night in the sixth inning. They threw 23 shutout innings to start the series against the Air Hogs. So excellent performance by the Lemurs last series. Hopefully they can carry that over here into Kansas City. Lemurs trail the division by 4.5 games. Wichita did lose yesterday. And they trail the wild card now by just 2 games behind the Winnipeg Goldeyes, who also lost yesterday. So Winnipeg and Wichita both losing yesterday, doing the Lemurs some favors. And so we'll see what they can do here today. Lemurs enter the game with a 4-game winning streak. They've won 5 of their last 6, 6 of their last 7. I can do math. Here we go. And are 7-3 in their last 10 games. So Lemurs have been doing very, very well here since the All-Star break against the Blasters and the Texas Air Hogs. So they can do here against the T-Bones here tonight. Lemurs tonight will be starting Jose Nivar on the mound against Josh Hodges. We've seen Hodges a bunch of times. Hodges when he was with Joplin, and then we've already seen him once with Kansas City. So we'll see what happens here with Hodges. He's had a couple of instances or situations with some of the Lemurs players out there on the mound and at the plate with some hit batters, pimped home runs, things of that nature. So, but nothing happened the last time he pitched, so I don't know that anything's going to happen this time. But Hodges 3-6 with a 4.52 ERA this year with the T-Bones. For Nivar, he is 3-2 with a 2.77 ERA for your Lemurs. Lemurs around the rest of the league, the T-Bones are 33-42, 7 games out of first place in the Central Division. They've won 3 in a row, and really they're still in the hunt right now because Lincoln has lost 5 straight. Boy, I didn't think Lincoln would do that, but Lincoln's lost 5 straight and are 2-8 in their last 10 games, leaving the Central still pretty wide open. Sioux City's only a game and a half out at 39-37. Gary's 2.5 games out, 38-38. They're in third place in the Central. Lincoln 40-35 right now. The St. Paul Saints lead the North by 6.5 games over the Winnipeg Goldeyes. 51-24 is their record. Winnipeg 44-30. Mentioned they're 2 games ahead of the Lemurs in the wild card. Fargo is 37-38, 14 games out of first place, and 24.5 games out of first and last place. In the North is Sioux Falls at 27-49. So Lemurs coming into today, starting a new series, a 4-gamer here in Kansas City. We'll be back with the scores from around the league from yesterday as well as today as we count down a first pitch between the Lemurs and the T-Bones.
Memorial Day party gets going. Drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts: personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer.
All right, just a few moments away from first pitch here in Kansas City between the Lemurs and the home team, the Kansas City T-Bones. Lemurs won yesterday, a score of 4-1 over the T-Bones. So that one game yesterday that took place already. Also yesterday, you had the Winnipeg Goldeyes falling to the Sioux Falls Canaries 10-2. Joe Bircher got the win. Duke Von Schaman the loss. St. Paul Saints lost 5-3 to Gary. Taylor Black got the win. Mark Hamburger the loss, and Jorge De Leon the save. Wichita got shut out by Fargo 1-0. Jose Almirante got the win. Todd Kibbe the loss, and Colton Revis the save. Sioux City took down Joplin 6-4 with PJ Francescon the win, Alberto Castillo the loss, and Rob Wart the save. Lincoln Salt Dogs lost 4-3 to the Kansas City T-Bones yesterday. Mark Haynes got the win, and Evan Reed the loss for the T-Bones and Salt Dogs respectively. Today on the schedule around the league, well, you've already got some games in progress. Bottom of the first in Lincoln, the Salt Dogs trailing already to Sioux City 3-0. Salt Dogs trying to avoid losing 6 straight games. Still yet to start in the other ball games. You have Wichita in Winnipeg. Gary is over in Fargo. Kansas City, of course, hosting us at Laredo. St. Paul hosting Sioux Falls. And in Texas, in Grand Prairie, the Joplin Blasters taking on the Texas Airhawks. So a big series right now is the Lemurs, obviously 4 games against these T-Bones, but not just that. The Wingnuts and the Goldeyes playing each other. And those are the teams right now directly ahead of the Lemurs. Wingnuts in the division, Goldeyes in the wild card. So if they can catch up to them, if one of them can get swept or they just kind of beat each other up, and the Lemurs can win 3 or 4 of the games here in Kansas City, they'll gain some ground on those teams in the standings. And that would be huge for the Lemurs here. So a big series, not just here in Kansas City for Laredo, but also a big series out there in Winnipeg between the Wingnuts and the Goldeyes. So when we come back, we'll take a look at the starting lineups. Actually, we'll take a look now as the managers are exchanging lineups at home plate. Manager Pete Incaviglia for the Lemurs and John Mazzarelli for the T-Bones. First for the visiting team, the Kansas City T-Bones. Cesar Valera leading things, or the visiting team, your Laredo Lemurs. We're in Kansas City. Cesar Valera leading off for the Lemurs, playing third base. Ty Morrison is the DH, batting second. Recently acquired as of last night or today is Burt Reynolds. Yes, the Burt Reynolds that's leading the league in home runs, who was with the Airhawks. Yeah, he's leading the team. He just got traded to the Lemurs, and he's batting third and playing left field tonight. Dennis Phipps is in right field, batting fourth. Zane Chavez bats fifth. He's at first base. J.D. Pulfer's at second, batting sixth. Batting seventh in center field is Brennan Metzger. Jesus Pozo's the catcher, batting eighth, and batting ninth, Alvaro Rondon. Of course, Jose Nivara on the mound for the Lemurs. Again, that's Valera, Morrison, Reynolds, Phipps, Chavez, Pulfer, Metzger, Pozo, and Rondon. For the T-Bones, they'll be led off by Tyler Massey in left field. Jimmy Mojica's playing third base, batting second. Brett Wiley is at second base, batting third. Jake Blackwood's over at first base. He's the cleanup hitter. The DH today is batting fifth. That's Anthony Gallus. Tyson Gillies bats sixth. He's out in left field. Starlin Rodriguez is in right field, batting seventh. Vladimir Frias at shortstop bats eighth. And batting ninth, the catcher Tyler Moore. Josh Hodges on the mound as a pair of righties go for these ball clubs tonight on the hill. Again, that's Massey, Mojica, Wiley, Blackwood, Gallus, Gillies, Rodriguez, Frias, and Moore, with Hodges on the mound. The umpires tonight, Jordan Sandberg is behind the plate. At first base is Trent Delmont, and Brian Child is the third base umpire here at Community America Ballpark for Game 1 of this 4-game series between the Lemurs and the Kansas City T-Bones. When we come back, we should have the national anthem here very, very shortly as we get ready for first pitch between the T-Bones and the Lemurs.
Beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific Boys and Girls Clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage.
All right, it's about time for the national anthem here at Community America Ballpark.
Please rise and face the American flag as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be performed by Becky Hart.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er
All right, fans, please turn your attention right behind home plate. It's time for Community American Credit Union's best seats in the house. And here's Morgan.
Thanks, Bill. I'm down here with Trent and Bree, who we found walking the concourse. But thanks to our friends at Community American Credit Union, we decided to upgrade their seats to the best ones in the house, right behind home plate. Enjoy the game, guys. Let's give them a round of applause.
All right, warming up on the mound, it's Josh Hodges. Hodges, we've seen him before in a couple of uniforms. This the second time we've seen him in a T-Bones jersey. We've seen him throw for the Joplin Blasters already this season. So Hodges started the year with Joplin, was traded over for Brandon Tierney to Kansas City. So we've seen both Tierney and Hodges with each of those teams, Kansas City and Joplin. And Hodges getting loose on the mound. The batter, or the person he's throwing to today, well, that behind the plate is Tyler Moore. The defense around Moore and Hodges, you have Jimmy Mojica at third, Vladimir Frias at short, Brett Wiley at second, and at first is Jake Blackwood. The outfield left to right, Tyson Gillies in left, Tyler Massey in center, and Starlin Rodriguez in right field. Cesar Valera leads off the ball game for the Lemurs. Valera, the third baseman for Laredo, getting the start in the leadoff spot tonight. And Hodges winds, in the first pitch of the ball game is a called strike.
The official time of tonight's
7:08.
7:08. Game time temperature 95 degrees.
95 degrees, that's first pitch. Whew. It's a warm one today. 0-1 pitch, popped up, foul, out of play. So the count 0-2. Valera this season batting .286, 4 homers, 29 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter. (0-2) the count to him. Had a big game yesterday. Trying to build on that here today. Time called by Valera at the plate. Now he's ready, and the tall Hodges winds and fires. Valera swing and a miss, strike 3 for a strikeout. First out of the ball game is a strikeout for Hodges. 1 away. Yes, Valera said he had a good game yesterday. He was 3 for 3. He had a triple, 2 runs scored. He also walked twice, reaching all 5 times to the plate. Ty Morrison to the plate. Morrison hitting for the Lemurs in the 2 spot, the DH tonight, batting .287 with 4 homers and 35 runs batted in. First pitch to Morrison, taken for a strike on the outer corner of the plate, 0-1. Morrison, the left-handed hitter, against the right-handed pitching Hodges. Over at third base, Mojica playing in case Morrison decides to bunt. Hodges winds in the 0-1. Swing and a line drive. Takes 1 hop on the edge of the grass in right field. And it's a single for Morrison. 1-out single brings up Burt Reynolds to the plate. Reynolds making his Lemurs debut tonight. Hopped on the bus with us when we were in Grand Prairie to come up here to Kansas City. Decided he'd have had enough of Grand Prairie. No, I'm just kidding. Air Hogs traded him to the Lemurs for future considerations, so cash or a player or both or a couple players. Future considerations is a pretty wide open term there. So Burt Reynolds to the dish. Digging in, right-handed hitter, leads the league in home runs, does Reynolds. So that's a big pickup for the Lemurs. As he digs in, first pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Reynolds this year with Texas, played in 68 games, was hitting .261 with 23 homers and 41 runs, or 44 runs batted in. So Reynolds, one of the best hitters in the league, at least in terms of power. Leads the league in slugging percentage as well. Has home runs. Usually that goes hand in hand. 0-1 the count to Reynolds. Morrison at first base getting a lead. Hodges again going to throw over. And the Lemurs now have a very formidable 3-4 punch in their lineup. You have Reynolds followed by Phipps. Reynolds batting third, Phipps batting fourth. However you want to position them, that's what they are tonight. It's probably how they'll most likely stay. Phipps has been the cleanup hitter all year for the Lemurs. Pitch taken high, well, most of the year. But you have a little more protection now for Phipps. You have a lot more pop, certainly. And why is it so formidable, though? Well, Phipps is third in the league in home runs. So you have the guy who's first in the league in home runs and the guy who's third in the league. Reynolds with a swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Lemurs, by the way, going with the black jerseys. A little bit of white under the sleeve and down the side. This is Lemurs across the chest. Gray pants. T-Bone's going with what they call ox blood. It's a maroon color. It says T-Bones across the chest. White pants. Black hats for both teams. 0-2 the count. Hodges taking his time delivering the pitch, and Reynolds has had enough. He calls time. Reynolds didn't have a lot of success against the Lemurs, though, in that last series, as last night was 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. The game before that, 0 for 4 with 1 strikeout. And the game before that, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. So if you're scoring at home, that's 0 for 12 with 5 strikeouts in the series. He pops one up over my head. And the count still 1-2 to Reynolds. In fact, Reynolds 0 for his last 16 at the plate. But those were all in an Air Hogs uniform, not in a Lemurs one. So fresh slate here for him, at least in that regards. Lemurs pitchers managed to stifle him. 1-2 pitch, just a bit outside, and the count evens up 2-2. Runner at first base, 1 out on the inning here in the top of the first. First game of this 4-game series in Kansas City. Already a buzz around the ballpark. With the fans. Fans holding fans here. They have paper fans on sticks that they're waving to keep themselves cool. I said 95 degrees at first pitch. There's another throw to first. Diving back in is Morrison. Now you can see the field pretty well here with the camera as it's set up here in the booth behind home plate. I'll give you a little description of it here in a few moments. A little more in-depth as I have a little sharper eye than that camera. Pitch inside. And the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at first. Down the lines. I believe it's 325 down the right field line. I can see the 3-2, and then it's cut off. Something blocking my view. And it's 300 down the left field line. The left field line, though, has a pretty tall wall. Right field line, a very short wall. Morrison getting a lead. See if he tries to go on this pitch. He does. Payoff pitch to Reynolds. Swings and pops one up over the screen. Staying alive, and the count's still full, 3-2. You have a tall wall out there in left field, about the same height as the wall, maybe actually even a little shorter than the wall in Gary. And then it descends and gets lower and lower as it goes into left center. And then it gets to about a little bit more of a normal height. So it's about 15, 20 feet tall. 3-2 pitch again, Morrison moving, and it's down and away, ball 4. First plate appearance for Burt Reynolds in a Lemurs uniform, and it's a walk. That'll put runners on first and second for Dennis Phipps. And then from right center over to that left center area where the wall gets shorter. Bullpens, by the way, in left center field. That's about maybe a 10-foot wall, a little less. Somewhere in that 8-foot range, maybe. But pretty normal. First pitch to Phipps. He's going to take inside, ball 1. Phipps is the batter. He and Hodges have had a little bit of a rivalry going on since Hodges' first game against the Lemurs in Joplin. I don't know how much the T-Bones know about that, but I'm sure that his teammates know a little bit. 1-0 pitch. Phipps swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Phipps this season batting .278. He has 16 home runs, good for third in the league, and 49 runs batted in. So Morrison at second, Reynolds at first. Phipps at the plate, 1 out in the inning, top of the first. Lemurs trying to put some runs up on the board against Josh Hodges and the T-Bones to start the ball game. And the pitch taken, called strike off speed stuff. And it's now 1-2. Phipps waving the bat behind his head. Down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Infield shifted for him to pull as Wiley just off the bag at second base by a few steps. Blackwood is not playing very far away from the line, though, at first base. He's just playing deep. So big hole in that right side of the infield. Wiley moving a little bit closer to shorten that hole. But definitely playing a more normal shortstop position is Frias, not a double play depth position. See what Phipps does here, down 1-2 after calling time. Hodges from the stretch. Runners getting their leads. 1-2 pitch. Phipps swings, grounds it down the first baseline foul towards Abel Nievas, the Lemurs' first base coach. And the count stays 1-2. So a big acquisition for the Lemurs there, and Burt Reynolds. Ended up moving Barrett Laux to the disabled list. Laux would have been slated to start today, but not starting today. That move retroactive to about 5 days ago, the 7th, so 4 days ago. Pitch taken for called strike 3, outside corner. Phipps looking back at Hodges as he walks to the dugout. So Phipps versus Hodges, round 1 goes Hodges' way. And Zane Chavez to the plate. Chavez, the first baseman for the Lemurs tonight. Batting .271, 5 home runs, 30 runs batted in. He'll have a little bit better time in this ballpark than he does in our ballpark or in Grand Prairie's ballpark, where the wind blows more out to left. Tonight blowing out to left center a little more. Talking to one of the broadcasters, media relations guy for the T-Bones, Matt Folks. He said this ballpark has been playing pretty true this year. Unlike our ballpark where you just can't hit it out to right. By the way, deepest part of the ballpark, left center. Pitch taken up high. Right where the bullpen gate is, it's 411 in left center. It's 409 in the deepest part of right center. So deep gaps. Straightaway center is 396. 1-0 the count to Chavez. Yesterday had 2 hits and a walk, was 2 for 4. Both hit singles. Chavez swings, pops one up left side, foul, and out of play. Wind picking up a little bit, blowing a little more out to left now. It was more left center, but now out to left. Pretty good clip towards the target. There is a Target shopping center behind us. 1-1 the count to Chavez. Lefty batter, righty pitcher. And the delivery swung on, and little looper hit left side. It'll land at foul territory and then hop on over the wall. Mojica couldn't get to it, and the count 1-2. Chavez down in the count. Already 2 strikeouts in the inning for Josh Hodges. He struck out Cesar Valera to start the inning and then got Dennis Phipps looking, as he was the last batter of this inning to hit before Chavez. 1-2 the count. Hodges from the stretch fires away, swing and a miss, pitch in the dirt. Tag going to be applied. Out made, and that'll end the inning. Hodges with 3 strikeouts the inning. Walks batter, gives up a hit. Lemurs strand 2. We go to the bottom of the first. Lemurs and T-Bones scoreless.
Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
shredded cheddar cheese,
a creamy sauce,
creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Jose Navar on the mound for the Lemurs warming up. Well, he's done warming up now as he gets to start for the Lemurs tonight. Navar on the hill, Poso behind the plate catching Navar. Infield, left to right, you have Cesar Valera at third, Alvaro Rondon at short, J.D. Pulfer at second. And at first is Zane Chavez. Outfield left to right, Burt Reynolds in left. Brennan Metzger in center, and Dennis Phipps in right field. Navar, first pitch, down and away for a ball, 1-0. The count to Tyler Massey. Massey this season batting .277, 6 homers and 26 runs batted in. Massey a left-handed hitter, each team with 1 switch hitter, and it's their shortstop. And each team also with 2 lefties. Pitch fouled away. Actually, I take it back. T-Bones have 3 lefties in the lineup. Lemurs with 2. 1-1 the count to Massey after fouling off that last pitch. Massey, center fielder for the T-Bones. In his last 10 games, Massey hitting .244 for Kansas City. 1-1 pitch. Massey swings and lines one into center field. Charging in is Metzger, but he won't get there in time. He'll field it on a hop. And it's a leadoff hit for Massey. Single to start the inning. So on the mound, it is Jose Navar, the hard-throwing righty. Navar started the year in the bullpen for the Lemurs. In fact, in his career, he had only ever thrown out of the bullpen. Had never made a start until just a few weeks ago. On July 21st, he made his first start of his career. Since then, he's made 3. His last start came July 31st. So in a span of 10 days, he made 3 starts, 21st to the 31st. Pitch taken low. The batter, Jimmy Mojica, a former Lemur, is Mojica. 302 hitter with a homer and 10 runs batted in. Mojica only plays home games. They sign him when they're at home, and then when they're on the road, they release him. And they sign him back when they're back at home. 1-0 the count to Mojica. He was a shortstop for the Lemurs a few years ago. Pitch taken for a strike. He was actually on the team last year for a little while with Laredo. He's one of the original Lemurs, along with Mark Haynes, the closer for the T-Bones. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mojica. Navar throws over to first. Blocked as it was in the dirt to Chavez. But Navar's last start came against Wichita. He threw 3 2/3 of an inning, took the loss. As the Lemurs lost 6-2, he gave up 4 of those runs. 3 were earned, 5 hits, 3 walks, and 6 Ks. Navar, originally a member of the Orioles organization, signed in 2007 out of the Dominican Republic as an outfielder. They converted him to a pitcher after a few years, starting in 2010. So he's only pitched for 6 years. That's not a long time. And he hasn't even spent all of that time in professional baseball. A lot of that time was spent in the last couple years in the Dominican Winter Leagues, pitch inside, 2-1. So not even a full summer season for Navarre here the last couple years. As a starter, he's usually 94 to 96 miles an hour, and as a reliever, he can touch, usually sitting 97 to 100. His first start came against Gary. Navarre threw 5 innings, gave up 1 run. It was just a solo home run. 4 hits, 3 walks, and had 6 strikeouts, getting the win. Swing, ground ball, right side to pull for the second baseman. Gloves it, flips to second for 1. Rondon, the relay to first, is in time. 4-6-3, double play. Nice work by the Lemurs infield. As they've turned yet another double play this season. The Lemurs now have 63 turned double plays, tied with Lincoln. It's not a lot. It's not a little. It's around middle of the road in the league. League leaders in double plays are Wichita. They have 86. They're blowing away everyone because second place is Sioux City with 72. And a lot of teams right there in the 60s, mid-50s. Pitch to Brett Wiley, a called strike, 0-1. Wiley this season hitting .307, 5 homers, 37 runs batted in. Sorry, .327. Two outs, no one on after that double play ball. 0-1 the count. Pitch swung on, lined left side through the infield. The left-handed hitting Wiley going the opposite way with it through the shift, or against the shift. I'm trying to find the radar gun. I know they have one.
The first baseman, number 10, Jake Blackwood.
But I haven't seen one. I haven't found it that way. Oh, I think I found it now. It's on the batting cages, well, the clubhouse / batting cages. Batting cages attached to the clubhouse. Out beyond the right field wall and hill. They have a hill up beyond the right field wall here. Pitch in the dirt. Blocked by Poso. 1-0. The batter, Jake Blackwood. Blackwood hitting .266, 12 homers, and 60 runs batted in. 1-0 the count. Runner at first base. 2 hits in the inning for the T-Bones. Of course, a double play ball helped erase one of those base runners. And Poso's going to call time and go out and talk to Navarre. Valera's going to come in too. How much you want to bet? Valera's going to go straight for the rosin bag. There, up, bends over, and picks up the rosin bag. There you go, Valera. Creature of habit, Cesar Valera. Every time he gets a chance, head on over that mound and grab the rosin bag. Now keep those hands dry. Don't want the ball slipping out of it. 1-0 the count to Jake Blackwood, right-handed hitter. First baseman for the T-Bones. Navarre from the stretch. And the pitch swung on and fouled away. I see the board, but I don't see anything lighting up on the board. I guess that's why I was having a hard time locating a radar. I overheard them joking about they were taking one of the interns to go load bullets into the radar gun today. 1-1 the count. Guess they didn't load enough in there. 1-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side against the Lemurs shift again. And it gets through. Another single. T-Bone's going against the shift here. Getting it to work. They have back-to-back hits and Anthony Gallus to the plate. The T-Bones, just off of my memory, which is usually pretty good, they've done a solid job, better than most, at hitting against the shift. Team shifts to the left side. They've done a good job of going the opposite way, going to the right side, or vice versa. So they've done a good job of it. this season. Better than most teams have. Really, any other team. I think they have done the best. Showing off some bat control. Anthony Gallus at the plate. Batting below Mendoza right now. He'll swing and miss 0-1. Gallus, the DH. Usually your DH is not hitting below Mendoza. Mendoza, by the way, it's a name for 200, having a 200 batting average. The Mendoza line. He's batting 194 with 12 homers and 34 runs batted in. The pitch, check swing, they'll appeal and say he went. I thought he went from here, so. Oh, and 2 the count to Gallus. Former Indians farmhand. He has struck out 63 times this season, most on the team. As a team, the T-Bones have struck out 510 times this year. Pitch taken in the dirt, another check swing. Runner's going to go to third late, and it's in time to gun down the base runner, Brett Wiley, as he made a late break. He'll get caught stealing. That'll end the inning. So Gallus will lead off the inning in the second. Lemurs keep the T-Bones off the scoreboard. Here in the first, we go to the second. Scoreless game, Kansas City and Laredo.
Into the meat locker located right behind home plate before this inning is over. Now it's time for the Providence Medical Center Speed Run.
Outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
So there's some discussion at home plate right now. I was out trying to figure out what was going on with the radar gun, and I looked up. Came back in and was wondering, wow, it's a long break between innings. And I guess something's wrong with the batter's box, the chalk. I think they're saying the boxes were made too far up, like too close to the pitcher's mound. And they're erasing the back chalk line. Hole for a guy who likes to stand back in the box, probably realizing, hey, I am up further here than I normally am when I stand in the back of the box. So he's working at trying to erase the chalk line and I think create a new one himself. And now all of a sudden a lot of smoke entering the ballpark. Not really sure where that's coming from. Maybe they got a smoker going on. Cooking something here, but a lot of smoke just filled the field. You can kind of see it there. That haziness, and that smoke. So Pulford to the plate, batting .253, 7 dingers, and 47 runs batted in. Leading off the inning here in the second, top of the second. First pitch, inside, ball one. Pulfer still trying to get himself situated. Looks like he did a pretty good job of erasing that back line. A lot of the Lemurs batters, and a lot of batters in general, it's not just the Lemurs, bat way back in the box. Pitch swung on, popped up, foul behind the plate. As they want to have as much time as possible to try and hit, a fast pitch, 90-plus mile-an-hour pitch. You don't have a lot of reaction time, so any few extra inches you can get, you take. Count 1-1 to Pulfer. And the delivery from Hodges is taken outside 2-1. Pulfer yesterday was 1 for 5 in the ball game, singled in the first inning when Dennis Phipps got thrown out at the plate. Would have had himself an RBI had Phipps gotten safe, but actually Phipps ended the inning when he got thrown out at the plate. Pitch popped up, foul out of play, landed on some concrete in front of a couple empty seats, and bounces up and over, and the count 2-2. They've got a net right now above the dugout, protecting fans from line drive foul balls as it goes across the top of the dugout. About a 10-foot high net. 2-2 pitch. Pulfer swings, lines one into right field, but it's right at Rodriguez. He backs up a couple steps, makes the play as Pulfer got a little too much under it, and there's one away. Brennan Metzger to the plate. Metzger, center fielder for the Lemurs tonight.
Center fielder, number 34, Brennan Metzger.
Right-handed hitter. Started the year with the Gary South Shore Railcats. Metzger right now for the Lemurs. At the plate, taking a called strike, 0-1. Metzger hitting 142 for the Lemurs in his first couple of games with Laredo. Hodges fires. Metzger checks the swing, just makes contact with it though, and fouls it up to the sweet level. There's a radar gun reading. So it's working right now. Instead, it's a couple slow. 0-2 the count to Metzger. He was with Gary. Metzger this season was hitting in 52 games, 265. 0-2 pitch taken just a little low. He had one home run and 23 runs batted in with that 265 average in 52 games for Gary this season. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Righty versus righty, 0-0 the score, Lemurs and T-Bones. Here in the top of the second. And the pitch taken inside. And the count evens up 2-2. Hodges looking around as Metzger's out of the box, gathering himself as he readies for a 2-2 pitch from Josh Hodges. Hodges kicks and fires, and it's fouled off the screen. Josh Hodges this season, this is his 4th game against the Lemurs. He faced off against them the last time on July 12th, throwing 6 innings, giving up just 1 run on 7 hits, and a 5-4 win for Kansas City. 2-2 pitch inside, 3 balls, 2 strikes, count full. He faced the Lemurs twice in a Joplin uniform, taking a loss in 1 game. But he's pitched well against the Lemurs this season. Metzger fouls it away right side, pretty deep, and out of play. He went 4 innings on June 28th against the Lemurs, with Joplin giving up 5 runs, 4 earned on 7 hits in those 4 innings of work. Lemurs won 9-4 that day. And then in his first game against the Lemurs, though, he threw 7 innings, gave up just 2 runs, The Lemurs did win, but they won late in that game, so he got a no decision. 3-2 pitch again, swinging a pop-up right side of the infield. Calling for it is Wiley, the second baseman, a couple steps into right. And he makes the play for out number 2. So out of his 3 starts, he's had 2 where he's gone 7 innings, giving up just a couple of runs. Sorry, 6 innings, 1 run, 7 innings, 2 runs. And the other one not as good, 5 runs over 4 innings. So Hodges has fared well against the Lemurs this season. So far, so good for him here. Jesus Poso is going to try and get to him, though. With 2 outs, he takes a strike 0-1, no one on. Poso batting .281 with 7 homers and 35 runs batted in. .01 pitch in the dirt outside, count 1-1. Poso yesterday was 1 for 4 in the game. He had a ground rule double in the second, ended up scoring. 1-1 pitch, a check swing. He hits on a hop to the second baseman. Brett Wiley had to move to his left towards the gap. Will make the play, though. Throw to first, inning over. 3 up, 3 down inning for Hodges. We go to the bottom of the second. Lemurs and T-Bones are scoreless.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Anthony Gallus at the plate, and boy, that caught stealing to end the inning last inning was pretty big. Well, it could be pretty big. As Jose Navarro on the mound, facing off against Gallus now for the second time. Pitch taken low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Brett Wiley was caught stealing third base to end the inning with Gallus at the plate, and Gallus had a 1-2 count on him. Gallus will swing and miss, and he's really struggled this year. So you get a guy who, well, you're ahead of, about to strike out possibly with Navarro against Gallus to end the inning. Instead, the runner gets thrown out, and now you get to maybe get him out to start the inning instead of ending the inning. Gallus swings and taps one slowly down the third baseline. It's scooped up by Valera. He can't get it out of his glove cleanly, and Gallus will reach. So there goes that theory. Gallus not exactly fleet of foot. He puts one down on the ground. You expect to get him out, but Valera just couldn't get it out of his glove quick enough and clean enough, and Gallus will reach with a hit. Infield single. T-Bones now have 4 hits in the game, but none of them are really that well hit. They've hit them through the shifts here, just finding the holes, going the opposite way with it. See what Tyson Gillies does against the shift as the Lemurs shift heavy to the right side. Rondon to the right of the bag at second base. Rondon, the Lemurs shortstop. Tyson Gillies hitting .255, 4 homers, 11 runs batted in. He'll step out of the box. Lemurs probably the most shift-heavy team in the league. Actually, there's no probably. I'm about 100% sure that they are the most shift-heavy team in the league. First pitch, Gillies is going to try to bunt it, pulls the bat back. It's low and away, ball 1. Scoreless game, Lemurs and T-Bones. Bottom of the second. Jose Navarre gave up 3 hits in the first inning. Double play, though, helped erase one of those base runners. Pitch swung on, fouled away, and the count 1-1. One of my favorite things about this ballpark, they have this bull out in left field with a hole in its eye. A bull's eye. Well, Navarre from the stretch fires away. Again, Gillies trying to bunt. He does bunt it. Hit him in the foot. And it's foul, 1-2. It's just a sign. It has a bull's head, and where the eye is, or one of its eyes, it's kind of tilted so you can only see one eye anyways. It's a hole about the size maybe of a basketball hoop. Maybe a little bigger. But not much bigger than a rim on a basketball hoop. And so 1-2 the count. Throw over to first. They have a sign. It's with one of the casinos in the area, and if you hit it in the eye, a fan, they do a drawing, and a fan gets $100,000. It's only happened once. In fact, I've heard they try in batting practice all the time to do it. No one's done it in batting practice. However, it happened once 2 years ago. Lemurs were playing against the T-Bones, and a T-Bone hitter hit it in the bullseye. 2-2 the count now to Gillies. Nick Giraputo was the guy who hit it. I was actually here broadcasting the game, and I couldn't believe it. The ball just kind of disappeared. It looked like it was going towards the eye. I couldn't quite tell. It was incredible. That thing had been up for 7 years or something, they said, and no one had ever really even come close. Swing ground ball right side. It's through the shift. They were shifted to the right side, but he hit it right into the teeth of it, and it got through. Well-placed ball by Gillies. It's another single. Again, not another hard-hit ball, just one that's well-placed. And the T-Bones have runners on first and third. Gallus went from first to third on the single. Still no outs in the inning. Starlin Rodriguez to the plate. But I couldn't believe it. And the thing was, the Lemurs were winning that game by a lot at the time. And the T-Bone players in the dugout were jumping up and down like crazy, like they had just won the World Series or something. And so that also clued me into the fact that he had hit it in there, because I kind of lost track of it, just disappeared. It was incredible. Everyone in the press box couldn't believe it. 2 on, no outs. Starlin Rodriguez taking the first pitch, low, ball 1. Rodriguez, 251 hitter with 2 homers, 18 runs batted in. Navarre looks over at first from the stretch, delivers plateward, and it's on the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Back-to-back singles to start the inning. One an infield ground ball towards a slow roller towards Valera. He couldn't get out of his glove. Runner from first is moving. Ground ball towards Valera again. He'll field it, throw to first. A little low in the dirt. Picked out by Chavez, though, with a nice stretch and scoop. And Rodriguez put away 5-3. Gillies moves up to second, so 2 runners in scoring position now, second and third. Gillies at second, Gallus at third, 1 away. And Vladimir Frias to the plate.
The 8th batter, sponsored by the Kansas Missouri one-call system, to remind you to dig safely. Numbers below and always call 811 For you beginning, the shortstop, number 11, Vladimir Frias.
Infield in now with the double play possibility out the window. Scoreless game, bottom of the second. First pitch to Frias, taken down and away, ball one. So infield playing in, straight up, though, against Frias. Runners on second and at third. Navarre, the righty, against Frias, the switch-hitting shortstop, batting from the left side. 235 hitter, 4 homers, 27 ribbies, pitch well outside, 2-0. Tyler Moore waits on deck. Sun's starting to go down here in Kansas City. A little bit of a sunset. Pitch taken for a strike, 2-1. Big situation here for Navarre to try and get out of. Frias over the last 10 games, hitting .265 with a homer and 3 runs batted in. Navarre kicks and delivers. Frias takes low, ball 3, 3-1. Frias against righties this year hitting .225. Against lefties hitting .244. So a little better against lefties than he is against righties, although not really having a great year at the plate in general. 3-1 the count. Navarre with the pitch. Frias taking outside, ball 4. He draws the walk. Base is now loaded. The ninth batter of the order, Tyler Moore at the plate. Poso's going to call time and head on out to the mound to talk to Navarre. Apologize for our internet connection that we had in Grand Prairie. There's nothing I can really do about it. We just have really slow internet connection. It's about dial-up speed probably. I don't know, dial-up might have even been faster than what they had. Tyler Moore at the dish, right-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher. Frias at first, Gillies at second, Gallus at third. Bases loaded for the T-Bones, and Moore taking down and in for ball 1. Tyler Moore hitting .238 with a homer and 3 runs batted in this season. Has played in a total of 19 ball games for the T-Bones. Has 10 hits in those 19 games, 10 for 42. Infield at a double play depth. The pitch from Navarre swung on, grounded towards the middle. It's bobbled by Pulfer. He's going to take it to the bag himself at second, get there in time, and then fire to first. Stretched by Chavez, and Pulfer nearly botches the double play, but he sticks with it and gets the out thanks to a great play by Chavez at first with the stretch, narrowly getting the slow-footed catcher Tyler Moore. And the inning ends. Navarre works out of the bases loaded jam, and we go to the top of the third. Still scoreless, Lemurs and T-Bones.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs! Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst.
See the grounds crew there between innings, rechalking the batter's boxes. I said they had made him too close to the mound. Kansas City's grounds crew's one of the better ones in the league. It's a rarity for them to make a mistake like that. Now Rondon in the box, he's pointing at it. He's trying to say it's not far enough up. He called time in the box, looked at it, pointed, because Rondon likes to stand up in the box. One of the few. He squares around to bunt, pulls the bat back, it's 1-0. Rondon, and that's why he likes to stand in front of the box, because he likes to bunt sometimes. A fair bit, actually. Rondon, 266 hitter. He has a home run and 32 runs batted in. Swings in the 1-0 pitch, fouls it away, left side, out of play. You can see that streak, a light-colored streak in front of the batter's box, where the chalk used to be. 1-1 pitch. Rondon fouls it away, and the count 1-2. Rondon's been in the leadoff spot for the Lemurs last few days with the absence of Drew Martinez from the lineup. There's one game he wasn't. Valera hit leadoff, but all the others, Rondon was leading off. Now, a couple of roster changes the last few days. He's down there at the back of the bottom. That ball hit up the middle. Wiley, the second baseman, fielded it. It was a slow roller behind the bag at second. Looked like he thought about flipping it to Frias to have him throw to first. But he ended up throwing it well late, and Rondon beats it out. Infield single to lead off the inning. And Cesar Valera to the plate. And, you know, one of the ways I'm sure these hitters figured it out, of course, if you're playing at this level of baseball, you've played a lot of baseball, for one. And two, if you've played a lot of baseball, hitters especially, they have every baseball player really, they have their rituals and their habits, their way of doing things. And they try and do things the same way every time. Throw to first. Because that's what sports, but especially a sport like baseball, is producing the same set of body movements, whether it's swinging, throwing, fielding, what have you. You want to have the same set of movement. The mechanics all the same, pitch down away every time, and that way you can repeat what you do. 1-0 the count. Valera 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Pitcher, he doesn't want to have different arm slots. He doesn't want to do different things. And so everyone has their way of approaching all of that. And where you stand in the box will affect hitters' comfort at the plate. Pitch outside and the count now 2-0. I'm sure for some guys, because they always stand a certain spot, and if they're not in that spot, then it's going through their head that they're not in that spot, and then other things start going wrong. Well, a guy like Valera, I didn't really think about this till he got in the box. Throw over to first, close one. Rondon diving back in. He puts his bat at the back corner of the plate, or at one of the edges of the plate, and then draws a line back to the back part of the box. Can't believe he didn't figure out his first time up. Because you would think that he does that every time, and he'd figure out, wait, this is closer than it usually is. This line is not as long as the one I normally draw. Pitch on the outside corner, and they count 2-1. They have 3-0 on the board. It looked like it was outside, but it was a called strike. So you have ways of figuring it out. Throw to first. Or sometimes you step in and you put, either your front foot or your back foot in a certain spot on the plate. I know one strategy is to cut the plate kind of in half with that front foot. Well, and if you always stand the same way, you didn't all of a sudden grow or shrink one day. Pitch swung on, fouled away, back over the screen, and the count evens up 2-2. So if you're if you're not able to go as far back in the box as you usually do with your foot at the plate, how it normally is, then obviously something's wrong. Your legs didn't get longer, your stance all of a sudden wider for no reason. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Valera, runner on first base. Top of the third, Lemurs T-Bones scoreless. Josh Hodges, starter for the T-Bones on the hill, delivers. Rondon moving, swing and a miss, pitch in the dirt, throw down to second is not in time to get Rondon. Valera, though, strikes out for out number 1 in the inning, second time he's done so today. Rondon swipes another bag, his 16th of the year. He's tied himself back up with Dennis Phipps. Phipps had 2 stolen bags yesterday. Rondon had just 1. They both entered with 14. They've been kind of going back and forth as they now are the top 2, or tied for the lead on the team in steals with 16. Drew Martinez did have the lead, but he's now on the disabled list, and I want to say he's not even coming up on our stat things anymore. And I want to say he had 15, so they're now both ahead of him. Pitch to Morrison, taken up and away, ball 1. Ty Morrison at the plate is 1 for 1 today with a single that came in the first. Rondon a lead at second. The pitch taken, and the count now 1-1. Lemurs trying to get on the board first here tonight at Community America Ballpark. And Kansas City will be here twice in the next couple weeks. We're here on this road trip and next road trip. 4 games this time, 3 games next time. Pitch taken for a called strike, and the count now 1-2. Morrison moved to the hips a bit, didn't go through the zone. He didn't like the call. He's asking about where that pitch was. I think he thought it was down and in a little bit. At least that's what it looked like from here. If it missed anywhere. 1-2 the count. Now to Morrison. Frias breaks for second. No throw, as Hodges just takes his back foot off the rubber. Morrison readies again in the box. Rondon retaking his lead. And the 1-2 pitch, Morrison swinging a miss, pitch in the dirt. He's going to head on down to first. Rondon goes to third on the pitch that got a little bit up the first baseline from Moore. So another strikeout, 5th of the ball game for Hodges, but now a runner at third base. And Burt Reynolds at the plate. Burt Reynolds getting a loud cheer from someone. Reynolds today, 0 for 0. He walked his first time at the plate in a Lemurs uniform. On a 3-2 count, had a good at bat. See what he can do here in his second plate appearance. Wearing the Lemurs black and gold. First pitch, Reynolds swinging a miss. 0-1. A hit would score a run with Rondon standing at third base. 2 outs are on the inning. Thirsty Thursday here at the ballpark. Seats down the first base line are not too filled. Pitch taken, a check swing, they'll appeal, say he didn't go. Pitch was in the dirt and the count 1-1. So it was blocked by Tyler Moore. But down the left field line and third base line, it's pretty full. So more full down the left side than it is down the right side. They do a pretty good job here. The T-Bones third in the league in attendance. Had a crowd of 3,225 last night, averaging 4,200 a night. Just over. 1-1 pitch, swing and a high pop-up into center field. Straight away center. Massey comes in about 1 step and reaches up, makes the catch. Reynolds flies out, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the third. Lemurs and T-Bones still scoreless.
To the Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller.
Tyler Massey leads off the inning for the T-Bones against Jose Navarre. He'll swing and foul off the first pitch, 0-1, bottom of the third. Massey, the leadoff hitter for the T-Bones. T-Bones so far through the first 2 innings have 5 hits against Jose Navarre. Lemurs through 3 innings with 2 hits off Josh Hodges. Hodges has really figured out how to pitch to this Lemurs lineup this season. There's a swing and a softly hit looping liner into left center. And the T-Bones continue to go the other way against Jose Navarre, which shouldn't be incredibly surprising, seeing as how hard Navarre throws. I don't know that they've really pulled the ball. They've barely pulled the ball. They hit just to the right of the bag at second earlier on the ground, but that's about it. They haven't really pulled many baseballs against Navarre. Jimmy Mojica to the plate. After the single by Massey, he's now 2 for 2. Mojica 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play his first time up. And the pitch, Mojica taking a called strike. Lemurs keep shifting, and so far the T-Bones are hitting through it, although that one wouldn't have mattered how they were shifted, but he still went the opposite way. He hit it into the air, though, not on the ground. Well out of reach of everyone. Just dropped it in there, shallow left center. Mojica, the former Lemur. Navarre from the stretch. Fires. Mojica swings. Fouls it away right side. Well out of play. Count quickly, 0-2. There's one person the Lemurs should know how to pitch to, or at least Pete and Caviglia should know how to pitch to. It's Jimmy Mojica. After having Mojica for a few years in Laredo. Navarre with the pitch. Mojica swings, grounds it. Right side, diving is Chavez. He'll throw to second for one, and there will be no relay. Chavez and Navarre, a little confusion as to who was covering the bag. Chavez ended up covering first base. Navarre was standing right next to him, though, and Rondon, instead of throwing it into a possible mess of confusion, decided to just hold on to it. So they get the one out. Mojica, now 0-2, reaches on a fielder's choice. They do get the lead runner for out number one. Tyler Massey put out on the 3-6. Put out and Brett Wiley to the plate. Boy, that would have been the Lemurs' third double play of the night if they could have turned it. And they had the time. Just that confusion allowed Rondon to decide not to throw it. Where he came up hesitantly and then ultimately, once he hesitated, didn't have time. Wiley at the plate. He has a hit today, pitch in the dirt. Blocked by Poso, 1-0 the count. Hit a single, and Wiley was caught stealing to end the first. T-Bones had 3 first-inning singles, but they didn't score any runs. And 2 of those runners were later put out on the base paths after singling. 1-0 the count. The pitch swung on, fouled away left side. Well out of play. 1-1. Yeah. Radar gun being very spotty tonight. It did pick up the 45-mile-an-hour lob back to Navarre. With the fresh baseball from Jordan Sandberg. 1-1 the count. Navarre against the lefty delivers. Outside corner for a called strike. Pitch around 89 miles an hour. 1-2. If that 2 miles an hour radar gun is to be believed, then that would be 89. So that's the off-speed pitch from Navarre. He looks over at first. And the 1-2 count on Wiley. See if he dials up the heater. Breaking ball down and away, 84. 2-2, count evens up. Navarre's thrown 42 pitches so far tonight. Pretty high pitch count. With just one out here in the third. Runner at first base, 2-2 the count. Scoreless game, Lemurs and T-Bones. Navarre with the 2-2, swing and a pop-up behind the plate over the screen. The count even, still 2-2. Brett Wiley this season against the Lemurs is hitting .391 in 6 ball games. 9 hits in 6 games, 23 at-bats coming into today, and he already has 1 hit today. Wiley takes low. And the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Wiley with a runner on first. See how the infield positions themselves here with a 3-2 count. And see if the runner from first moves. Jimmy Mojica on the delivery from Navarre. Navarre kicks, fires. There goes Mojica. Swung on, grounded back towards Navarre softly. He's going to go to first with it and put away Wiley. 1-3, and there's 2 outs in the inning. Mojica was off and moving with the pitch. Even if he wasn't, still would have gotten to second base on that slow roller back to the pitcher. Navarro's only play was there at first. Navarro will get a new baseball now. Poso and Chavez talking a little bit with Navarro, but really just Poso and Chavez. The two men who play first base and catcher for the Lemurs. Chavez has been catching a lot lately for the Lemurs. Poso playing a little more at first, but today Chavez playing first base and Poso behind the plate. Jake Blackwood at the dish. Chavez calling in Phipps from right field, telling him to come in more. Phipps obliges, comes in a few steps. Blackwood today is 1 for 1 in the ball game with a single. Infield shifted for Blackwood to pull. He went the opposite way with it. Actually, no, he hit the little dribbler. I'll take that back. That was Gallus, the batter on deck. No, he did go the opposite way with it through the right side his first time up. 1-0 the count as the pitch was inside. Runner on second base, 2 outs in the inning. Mojica, the runner, getting a lead. And the pitch swung on, fouled off. The count 1-1. Mojica on base started his career in independent baseball in the American Association, actually, in 2006 with St. Joe, the St. Joe Black Snakes. Team that's not in existence anymore. He played with the Lemurs parts of 3 seasons, pitch up high. 2012, 2013, and 2015. Just 15 games last year for the Lemurs. But 2012 and 2013 played the whole season, 93 games and 91 games respectively. Count 2-1 right now to Blackwood as that last pitch missed high. Used to play for Kansas City and for a couple of years, 2010, 2011. There's a swing and a miss, and the count 2-2. Been all over the league, though. Played for a few teams that don't exist anymore. The team in Pensacola. Back in 2009, the Pensacola Pelicans. As I mentioned, the St. Joe Black Snakes as well. Played for a couple of years in the Milwaukee system, as well as a year, or part of a year, in the Seattle Mariners organization. High A and Double A. Swing and a miss. Blackwood strikes out. First strikeout of the ball game for Navarro. That pitch at 94. That'll end the inning. Runner stranded at second. We go to the top of the 4th. Lemurs and T-Bone still scoreless.
Light. We invented light beer. And you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Dennis Phipps leads off the inning. First pitch to him is a swing and a miss, 0-1. Josh Hodges, Dennis Phipps, round 2 here tonight. All round 4 overall, but as far as games go, but round 2 in this ball game. Phipps 0 for 1 today against Hodges. Struck out swinging his first time up. And the 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Count a ball and a strike. Lemurs and T-Bones both still scoreless. Pitch taken outside, 2-1. Count now in Phipps' favor. Top of the 4th. Lemurs pitching just dominant here. Last handful of games was 3 games against the Air Hogs, allowing just 1 run, pitch taken low. The last game against the against the Blasters, allowing just 1 run. And so far through 3 innings tonight, no runs. And the pitch, Phipps up and in, taking. He'll walk. After swinging at the first pitch and missing, the next 4 pitches all out of the zone. So leadoff runner at first base and Zane Chavez to the plate. As the Lemurs try to break this scoreless tie here in the 4th.
First baseman number 9, Zane Chavez.
Chavez 0 for 1 with a strikeout tonight. Against Kansas City this season, Chavez, though, is hitting .292 with 1 run batted in and a pair of doubles. He has 7 hits and 24 at-bats. Chavez will swing and hit one high in the air into the deepest part of the ballpark, and that ball will fall for a hit, bouncing off the wall. Phipps is rounding third. He's headed home. He knew that ball was going to land and no one was going to catch it. It's a double for Zane Chavez and give him an RBI. Lemurs lead 1-0 over the Kansas City T-Bones. Nice work by Zane Chavez. Gets himself another double against these T-Bones. So Lemurs do break the tie, and J.D. Pulfer comes to the plate. As I said, Hodges has faced the Lemurs a bunch of times, and this now his 2nd time through the order tonight. Hopefully the Lemurs can get something going against him here. This inning, maybe tack up 2 or 3 runs or more. Still no outs in the inning. Chavez at second base. Pulfer at the plate is 0 for 1. Flew out to right field his first time up. And it pretty much right at Rodriguez. He's going to take high ball 1. So leadoff walk really hurting Hodges right now. 1-0 the count. And heading out to the mound to talk is Tyler Moore with Hodges. Hodges the righty versus Pulfer the righty. Pulfer against the T-Bones coming into today. In 7 games, hitting .267, 4th best on the team. Chavez, 3rd best on the team. 2nd best on the team, though, is Abel Nieves, and he's on the inactive list, so he doesn't even hardly count. So Pulfer, without Nieves counting, is 3rd best on the team against the T-Bones. Pitch swung on and foul tipped back into the glove, and the count 1-1. Pulfer, there was a home run and 6 runs batted in against the T-Bones in those 7 games. So 4 runs scored. Sorry, 2 runs scored. 1 double. 1-1 pitch up over the head of Pulfer. He ducked out of the way, and the count 2-1. Hodges struggling a little with the command here this inning. Walked Phipps after a first pitch strike. Next 4 pitches out of the zone, now down 2-1 to Pulfer. So if Pulfer can capitalize here, being ahead in the count. Hodges looks over at first, and the 2-1 up and in, ball 3. So he'll go 3-1 against 2 batters this inning. He walked Phipps. Where's Pulfer? Hoping to drive one here. Get himself his first hit of the game. Righty versus righty. Chavez getting a lead at second. No one holding him on. 3-1 delivery. Pulfer swings, hits one in the air into left center. That could be trouble. And diving are both Gillies and Massey. And it will be caught by someone. And I couldn't tell who came up with it. Eventually, they both dove, almost colliding headfirst with each other. That could have been really bad. But I think Gillies, we'll show the replay on the board. We'll slow it down. Whew. They came inches. No, it was Massey. Massey's the one who caught it. My goodness. One out in the inning. Pulver couldn't believe it, especially after they both dove for it. Nearly colliding with each other head first. Brennan Metzger to the plate. First pitch to Metzger inside, ball one. Metzger popped out to the second baseman. Brett Wiley, his first time up. It seems to happen to Pulver and Morrison, too, a lot. The two of them, they'll get these hits that they'll either smoke or just place really well, and they'll either smoke one right at a guy. Ground ball left side. Charging it is the shortstop. Frias, he'll go to third to try to get Chavez, who is going second to third, and they will get Chavez. Metzger will reach on a fielder's choice. So 6-5, the put out of Chavez, out number 2. So all of a sudden the Lemurs now with 2 outs and a runner on first. Jesus Poso at the plate. For Pulver, it seemed more like guys make great catches against him in gaps or running over their shoulder or coming in and diving for him. For Morrison, as the pitch taken outside by Poso 1-0, Morrison seems to just hit these hot shots on the ground or line drives, and it's right at an infielder who makes the play. Because it's either make the play or take one in the face. And they've both got a lot of bad luck this season, it seems like. 1-0 pitch. Poso swings, hits one high in the air to deep left. Running back is Gillies at the warning track. The wall, he's leaning up, and that ball is out of here. A 2-run home run for Jesus Poso. And the Lemurs lead now 3-0 over the Kansas City T-Bones. For Poso, that's his 8th home run of the season and his 36th and 37th runs batted in. Nice work by Poso. He's been due for one of those here. Hasn't had one in a little while and gets one there over the left field wall. Alvaro Rondon to the plate with 2 outs and no one on. Came at a big time too, as the Lemurs now can hold a 3-0 lead. And Rondon swings, hits one in the air to left field, going the opposite way, going back, and then coming in to his right a little bit is Gillies. That's the 3rd out of the inning. Lemurs score 3, though, this inning, using 3 hits, 2 hits, a walk, including a 2-run home run by Poso. And we go to the bottom of the 4th, Lemurs leading 3-0 over the T-Bones.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts: personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing.
Anthony Gallus leads off the inning for the T-Bones. Here in the bottom of the fourth, Jose Navarre on the mound for the Lemurs. Navarre first pitch to Gallus. Off-speed stuff taken a little low. Ball one. Gallus today 1 for 1, hit a slow roller down the third baseline that Valera couldn't get out of his glove quick enough. So Gallus reached. Lemurs leading 3-0 thanks to a big top of the fourth inning. There's a called strike. You had Phipps walking, Chavez doubling him in to score for a 1-0 lead. Metzger would reach on a fielder's choice, which Chavez was put out on. Last pitch a strike, 1-1 the count to Gallus, and then Poso with the big 2-run home run. 1-1 pitch, Gallus swings, grounds one left side towards the hole. Getting it is Valera. He will spin, fire to first, stretching and diving for it. Laying out on the ground as it was in the dirt is Chavez, and he makes a great play at first, saving a throwing error by Valera, and Navarre's going over to Valera. I don't know what Navarre is saying to Valera, but he was pointing at Chavez and then pointing at Poso. He was kind of laughing, and Navarre looking over at Chavez and nodding to him in appreciation, thanking him for helping keep a runner off the bases. Take a look at the scoreboard around the American Association here this inning. Tyson Gillies at the plate, 1 for 1 today with a single. Rain delay right now in Lincoln. Salt Dogs getting shut out by the Sioux City Explorers 8-0. First pitch to Gillies, taken for a ball low. And if you were listening to the pregame show, I mentioned that Wichita and Winnipeg are playing each other. The two teams, the Lemurs are trailing Wichita in the division, Winnipeg in the wild card. Lemurs down by just 2 games to Winnipeg for the wild card. Pitch down and in. 2-0 the count to Gillies. Lemurs trail in the division by 4.5 games. So as long as the Lemurs win, every game the Lemurs win this series, they will gain a game on someone, because either Wichita or Winnipeg will lose. Every night, one of the two will lose. So big series here for the Lemurs. Pitch taken on the outside corner, fastball. And the count 2-1. So for the Lemurs, it's get business done tonight, or in this series, and you'll gain games one way or another. But right now, Winnipeg and Wichita are tied, of course. 5-5 in Winnipeg. Pitch low, ball 3. Top of the fourth inning there in Winnipeg. Over in Fargo, top of the fifth, the Redhawks leading 4-1 over the Gary South Shore Railcast. There's a swinging strike, and the count now full 3-2. St. Paul leading 4-0 over Sioux Falls. Bottom of the fourth in St. Paul. And the Airhogs and Blasters going at it in Grand Prairie. Airhogs leading 3-2 over Joplin. They are in the top of the fifth there. Navarre from the stretch, 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count to Gillies. The pitch, Gillies with a swing and a miss. There's strike 3. Just the second strikeout of the evening for Navarre. A little low on the K's tonight. Starlin Rodriguez to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Bottom of the fourth, Lemurs lead 3-0. Navarre With the pitch, righty versus righty, pitch taken for a strike at the knees, 0-1 by Rodriguez. Lemurs up 3-0. 2 outs, no one on, bottom of the fourth. Navarro with the pitch, a check swing. Thought he might have gotten a piece of it. He did, fouled it off. Count 0-2. Navarro up to 61 pitches right now. I don't know what kind of pitch count he's on or pitch limit he's on. That pitch up and over the head of Rodriguez. Ooh, Navarro, according to the radar gun, that pitch is around 92 miles an hour. Navarro heater around your head is not something you want. 1-2 the count. Pitch just got away from him. Really went behind the head of Rodriguez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Navarro readies in the 1-2. Swing and a pop-up on the infield right side. Calling for it is Chavez. He comes in just off the right side of the mound, makes the catch, inning over. 3 up, 3 down inning for Navarro out there on the hill. And we go to the top of the 5th. Lemurs in the lead. They're up by a score of 3-0 over the T-Bones.
The #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care 1 athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
Cesar Valera leads off the inning for the Lemurs. Top of the order, Valera today 0 for 2 against Josh Hodges with 2 strikeouts. Hodges winds and fires. First pitch a called strike, 0-1. Top of the 5th, Lemurs leading 3-0 over the T-Bones. Hodges with the 0-1, Valera taking in the dirt, and the count 1-1. Lemurs really the leadoff spot right now has been the hard spot to fill at the moment. 1-1 pitch, swing and a foul away. Valera today 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Rondon yesterday was 2 for 5. He did have 2 singles and an RBI, also stolen base, so had a productive day in the leadoff spot. Was 1 for 4 the day before. But he had some rough patches. First game against the Airhogs went 0 for 4, pitch in the dirt. And the count 2-2 to Valera. Had an 0 for 4 game against Joplin as well to end this series. Valera led off against Joplin once and went 1 for 5 with a couple of strikeouts. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Valera struck out 3 times now today. There's out number 1, each time to record the first out of an inning.
The designated hitter, number 35, Ty Morrison.
Ty Morrison to the plate, but that's ever since the Drew Martinez injury. He's been put on a DL. No word yet on his timetable for recovery. Morrison 1 for 2 today. Pitch swung on, grounded right side, right to the second baseman, Wiley. He'll throw to first, and there's 2 outs in the inning. And not that Valera or Rondon can't lead off. Martinez is just better at it. And, well, Rondon is really good in that 9th spot in the order. Today 1 for 2. And Valera's done a pretty good job, too, in that 8th spot or even in the 2-3 spot for the Lemurs. Neither one of them have excelled in the leadoff spot like Martinez has. The pieces right now coming together here for the Lemurs late in the season. First pitch to Burt Reynolds, a taken strike, 0-1. Reynolds 0 for 1 today with a walk in his Lemurs debut. The 0-1 pitch taken for another called strike, and it's 0-2. Josh Hodges with the 0-2 pitch to Reynolds, taken in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In fact, when leading off an inning, Drew Martinez is hitting .351 for the team. 77 at-bats, 9 walks. Whereas Rondon, when leading off an inning, hitting .204 with a walk and 54 at-bats. Pitch popped up right side, down the line. Back there is Blackwood. He'll make the catch in fair territory right inside the right field line, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Lemurs at the plate. Hodges adds another strikeout. He's got 6 tonight. And we go to the bottom of the 5th here in Kansas City. Lemurs leading 3-0 over the T-Bones.
I'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads.
First pitch of the inning is hit high in the air to deep right field. Phipps at the wall is running out of room, and that ball's out of here as Vladimir Frias hits one out to right field, a solo home run off of Jose Navarre, and the T-Bones are on the board. So a couple of home runs tonight. One for the Lemurs, a 2-run shot by Poso, and one for Frias, a solo home run to lead off the 4th inning. Each of those batters, the 8th batter of the order for their respective teams. Tyler Moore to the plate, 9th batter of the order, 0 for 1 today, grounded into a double play. So the score now 3-1. Should probably have updated that scoreboard. Forgot to update it after the Poso home run. First pitch called strike. to Tyler Moore, 0-1. So Navarre gives up the home run. And it's a 2-run game again. Navarre with the 0-1 pitch swung on and hit into the air, into deep left, running back at the warning track, making the catch is Reynolds. And there's one away. A couple of deep fly balls. That one stayed in the yard, though. There's one on the inning, and Tyler Massey to the plate. And Tyler's going back-to-back in the 9-1 spots for the T-Bones. Moore and Massey. 3-1 the score. Massey, the lefty, against the righty Navarre. The pitch taken low, ball 1. Bottom of the 5th. Game 1 of a 4-game set here in Kansas City. Lemurs in the lead. Trying to pick up a game on either Wichita in the wild card or Wichita in the division or Winnipeg in the wild card. Pitch in the dirt. 2-0. Navarre kicks and delivers. Swing and a line drive just over the glove of Chavez. He's upset he didn't have it. That ball, though, was hit hard. It goes into the corner. Phipps firing it to the infield. It'll be a double for Tyler Massey. Jimmy Mojica to the plate. Mojica today is 0 for 2, double play and a fielder's choice. First pitch to Mojica, fouled back to the screen. Count 0-1. So runner on second base, 1 out in the inning. As the T-Bones starting to hit Navarre here a little bit this inning. Made some pretty solid contact. Navarre with the pitch low. 1-1. Mojica, who lives in the Kansas City area. Pitch swung on, hit in the air, and right field, pretty deep again. Fielding it, making the catch is Phipps. He's going to fire to third as Massey tries to tag. The throw is just barely not in time. Close play over there at third. Massey slides in safely, 2 outs in the inning. So we've seen Phipps gun some guys down as Massey almost slid past the bag at third base. Ball was still short of the warning track out in right field. Had it been a little shallower, Massey probably doesn't tag or Phipps throws him out, but just a little too deep. Phipps with a throw on the money. Can't ask for anything better than that. Brett Wiley 1 for 2 in the ball game. Single and a ground out to the pitcher to the plate with a runner at third base, 2 outs in the inning. Navarre trying to limit the damage, just the solo home run here. And the pitch taken just outside, maybe a bit low too, and the count 1-0. Navarre, the righty for the Lemurs, against the left-handed hitting Brett Wiley. Wiley, one of the top 10 hitters in the league in batting average this season. And the pitch outside 2-0. Sitting in the 6th spot, his .327 average coming into today. Good for 6th best in the league, behind Rene Leverett, who has a .332 average, and just ahead of Geraldo Valentin, who has a .325 average. Valentin with Joplin, Leverett with Lincoln, both of whom, though, were with Amarillo last year, interestingly enough. Pitch swung on, hit in the air in a deep left center. Running back is Morrison. He's not going to get there. He's going to have to field it off the wall. It'll be a double and an RBI for Brett Wiley. And it's now a one-run game. T-Bone's fighting back, and this will prompt a mound visit by Ben Moore. T-Bones have won 3 straight games, and 4 of their last 5 coming into tonight. And they've always shown a lot of fight, especially against the Lemurs. The Lemurs this season just 4-3 against the T-Bones, who have the 4th worst record in the league. And when you compare that to what they've done against the likes of Sioux Falls, Texas, and Joplin, and Lemurs against Joplin, the Lemurs against Joplin this season are 10-2. Sorry, 10-3, and the Lemurs are 12-1 against Texas. And against Sioux Falls, Laredo's only lost once, as they are 4-1. So you have these great records against the other 3 teams that are below, right there below Kansas City, but Lemurs relatively struggled, just barely a game above 500 against the T-Bones this year in their 7 affairs, and those are all at home too. So trying to do it on the road here, though, against the T-Bones. And Kansas City showing fight tonight. They've brought the game back within 1. It's 3-2 with 2 outs and a runner on second. First pitch, a called strike to the batter, Jake Blackwood, 0-1. At second base is Brett Wiley. He doubled to drive in Tyler Massey. So far this inning, you have the solo home run by Frias and doubles by Massey and Wiley. A couple of flyouts sprinkled in there as well for the 2 outs. The pitch down and away on the fastball. 1-1. Navarre skipped his last start, the one right after the All-Star game, but gets the start here tonight. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2. I mentioned it earlier, though, if you're tuning in late, Barrett Laux on the disabled list. Today, one of the moves that was made, also the Lemurs traded for future considerations, or in exchange for future considerations, they got Burt Reynolds, the league leader in home runs from the Air Hogs. Navarro with the pitch, swing and a foul away up over the screen. Count still 1-2. So the Lemurs making a couple of moves. Hopefully Laux isn't out too long. He's been really good for the Lemurs out of the rotation this season. And you want an arm like that in the playoffs, that's for sure. And down the stretch to get into the playoffs. 1-2 pitch. Taken just a tad outside. And the count 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Blackwood. One of the more dangerous hitters in this lineup in terms of power for the T-Bones. And the break-even pitch from Navarre, swing and a miss. He overpowered him, strike 3. We go to the top of the 6th. Lemurs leading just by a run, though, as the T-Bones have scored 2. It's 3-2. Top of the 6th next from Kansas City.
The bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on bed.
All right, hit pause. There we go. Dennis Phipps against Josh Hodges. First pitch of the inning. Phipps leans out of the way a little bit. That's ball one. 3-2 the score. Lemurs leading the T-Bones. Hodges with 6 strikeouts tonight. He's also given up 3 runs. 1-0. Phipps taking down the middle, called strike, and the count 1-1. Phipps 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored today. That one time he was put out, he was struck out. Hodges with the 1-1. Phipps going to take on the outer edge. He doesn't like the call. And the count 1-2. He'll walk around a little bit. Dig back into the box. Hodges winds, and the 1-2 pitch. Phipps swings, hits one high in the air, but foul and out of play. This about as close as a rivalry, I think, as we can get, or as we're going to get, between a pitcher and a hitter this season. Hodges and Phipps. Time called. Phipps charged the mound earlier. That's what I mean. Not this game. But a couple games ago when Hodges was still with Joplin. Well, a couple months ago, actually. Phipps swings, grounds one down the third baseline, foul. Count still 1-2. But when Hodges was still with Joplin, this was about a month and a half ago, maybe a little more, something had happened that Hodges didn't like that Phipps did. Kind of threw at him a little bit. Phipps didn't like that, obviously. Actually, Phipps did get hit by a pitch. Phipps then thought he walked on a 3-1 pitch. It was a called strike. Hodges said something to Phipps. Phipps didn't like what Hodges said. Started going out there. The catcher ended up pulling Phipps back. Kept him from getting to Hodges. Benches kind of cleared for a minute, but nothing really happened. But the two were kind of going at it with each other for a little bit there in Joplin. But ever since then, we only had one game since then between the two. This is the second time they face each other. Phipps swings, fouls it away, and it's both that was the last time Hodges pitched against the Lemurs when he was with Joplin. So I'm sure there's still a little bit of something, animosity, or at least a desire to outdo the other in this matchup. 1-2 pitch again to Phipps. He'll swing and again foul one away. Phipps battling away after being down 1-2 has fouled off 4 straight pitches. Count still a ball and 2 strikes. Wind and the delivery. Phipps takes it down and away in the dirt. 2-2. Lemurs trying to add to their lead. It's now just a one-run lead. Phipps will swing and miss at the 2-2 pitch. And Hodges has now struck out Phipps twice tonight. Here in the top of the sixth. That's one out, and Zane Chavez to the plate. Chavez 1 for 2 today with a double, an RBI double at that, and a strikeout. That the 7th strikeout for Hodges today. Hodges a lot better this season with Kansas City than he was with Joplin. And Chavez swings, hits a towering fly ball into right center, running back, not even really running, just kind of light jogging back was Rodriguez. He makes the catch after getting under it. Out number 2. Chavez got a little too much under that one.
The Chick-fil-A strikeout batter of the game is up to bat. And
J.D. Pulfer to the plate. Pulfer is the strikeout batter of the game. Fans get a chicken sandwich if he strikes out. But well, they picked a guy that, while he has a number of strikeouts this year, Pulfer coming into the game with 42 strikeouts. Hasn't struck out much lately. Pitch, Pulfer taking for a called strike. He had a string of about 10, 12 games where he didn't strike out at all. And then over the last 15 or so games, he's only struck out 3 or 4 times. Oh, 1 pitch. Pulfer taking down and away. The count evens up at 1. 1-1. Should Pulfer reach, Brennan Metzger is on deck. Pulfer over 2, flew out to right, flew out to center today. Hodges exhales, winds, and the 1-1. Swing and a foul right back to the screen. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. It is dark here at the ballpark, in case you couldn't tell. Darkness descending. Lights taking full effect. Here in Kansas City, Kansas. 1-2 offering, and it's swung on, hit in the air into center field. Running over to his left about 4 steps is Massey. He'll make the catch. Inning over. Pulfer avoids the strikeout, but still flies out. 3 up, 3 down inning. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Lemurs leading 3-2. T-Dogs.
It's an amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas, as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359.
Anthony Gallus at the plate. Harold Guerrero on a pitch. Left-hander for the Lemurs. Guerrero this season for Laredo has been pretty good. 1-0, the 3.73 ERA. Gallus swings, hits one high in the air to deep right center. Running back is Metzger, and he'll run out of room as that ball is out of here. Solo home run for Anthony Gallus. The game tied at 3. Guerrero's appeared in 32 games, made 1 start, has 1 save. He's on 41 innings, so day done for Jose Navarre, and Guerrero's first batter. In fact, first pitch. A solo home run to tie the game. There goes Guerrero, and the Lemurs bullpen's scoreless streak. Tyson Gillies to the plate. First pitch, he bunts it right back at Guerrero. He fields it on the hop, knocks it down, throws to first. And it's in time. Stretch made by Chavez. 1-3 the put out of Gillies, out number 1. Final line for Navarre. 5 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Through 81 pitches, 51 for strikes. Starlin Rodriguez to the plate. He is 0 for 2 today. No one on, 1 out in the inning. Pitch from Guerrero, taken for a strike, 0-1. Lemurs are tied now, 3-3 with the T-Bones. Pitch taken in the dirt. The count 1-1. So Navarre left the game with the lead. In line if the Lemurs held on to it the rest of the way to get the win. However, that's no longer the case. Pitch taken for a called strike. Count 1-2 as the game's now tied. Here in the bottom of the 6th, T-Bones just won't go away. Pitch missing outside on the fastball. 2-2. Talking about the streak that the bullpen had. They had thrown 14 straight shutout innings. There's a swinging a little looper into shallow right center, out of the reach of Pulfer. It's a single for Rodriguez. 14 straight shutout innings. They've allowed 3 runs over the last 28 innings. Good for a 0.96 ERA, and 5 runs over the last 33 innings. A 1.36 ERA. And, well, the Lemurs have had 4 members go 6 straight outings without allowing a run. Reynolds, Usui, De La Cruz, and Inman. And Guerrero has gone 4 straight scoreless outings until tonight. That'll break it up, so his streak ends at 4 straight scoreless outings. Lefty versus righty, pitch to Frias, called strike. Well, switch hitter, not really a righty. Frias is 1 for 1 today with a walk and a solo home run. So the T-Bones have hit 2 home runs tonight, however, both of them solo shots. And they've scored 3 runs in the last 2 innings. Lemurs scored all 3 of their runs in the 4th. Pitch a little bit high, and the count 1-1. Guerrero looks over at first, and now he'll make a move that way. Pitch, or the throw in the dirt to Chavez, so pick it out. Fumble around with it a little bit. 1-1 to Frias, batting from the right side for the first time tonight. Guerrero, another move towards first. Back standing is Rodriguez. Throw a little bit wide. Rodriguez ducking out of the way. But it's caught by Chavez. On deck is Tyler Moore. Pitch high, ball 2. Wind still blowing out to left. And the pitch taken inside, 3-1. Guerrero had really seemed to find his groove here lately for the Lemurs. I mentioned those scoreless outings he had. Another throw to first. Diving back well ahead of the throw is Rodriguez. But Guerrero, the last time he gave up a run was against Sioux Falls in his start. And he went 5 innings. There's a swing and a foul tip back into the glove. Throw down to second as the runner was stealing. It is not in time. It might have been in time, but Pulford couldn't hold on to it. So stolen bag for Southern Rodriguez, runner on second. Full count right now to Vladimir Frias, 3-2. So really for Guerrero out of the pen, it had been 4 scoreless outings. That was preceded by 5 other scoreless outings. In the middle was that start. There's a pitch swung on, popped up on the infield. Guerrero's calling for it. Off the mound, he makes the catch, 2 away. So really for Guerrero, it wasn't even just the 4. It was 9 straight scoreless outings out of the pen. Just that start allowing 1 run to Sioux Falls in 5 innings. A really good start for Guerrero. Tyler Moore to the plate. Moore, the right-handed hitter. Against Guerrero, the pitch taken up high. And still, if Guerrero can just allow the lone solo home run, it would be still an okay outing. You go 9 straight out of the pen. At some point, you're going to give up a run. 2-0 the count as that pitch missed down and in. Runner on second base for the T-Bones, 3-3. The score, Lemurs and T-Bones tied up. Guerrero with the pitch, taken high. We're in the bottom of the 6th right now. 3-0 the count to Moore, 0 for 2 in the ballgame. They're going to intentionally walk Moore. Ball 4 outside. Just 1 ball, though, intentionally. So they're getting down to him 3-0. They're not going to mess with him. And they'll get the lefty hitting Tyler Massey. Instead of trying to battle back against Moore, who is a right-handed hitter, they just throw that last pitch intentionally outside to bring up a lefty who Guerrero excels against. He doesn't excel against Massey, he excels against lefties. As the Lemurs try to get out of this inning and keep the damage at just the solo home run. Runners on first and second, and now Poso's going to walk out to the mound and talk to Guerrero. He'd already kind of said something to him. But Pete Caviglia coming out of the dugout. Looks like someone is throwing in the Lemurs pen. Pretty far away. I can't really tell who it is. Actually, now that I look, it looks like a side-arming left-hander. We only have one of those. Luis Poyorena is throwing in the Lemurs pen. No signal from Pete yet. And now a signal as he gets to the mound. So Poyorena will come into the game. At least that's who I think it is out there. And we'll have a pitching change. Guerrero's day is done. He throws 2/3 of an inning, gives up a run. Still 2 men on base that are his responsibility. We'll be back here with the rest of the 6th inning in a few moments as the Lemurs and T-Bones are tied at 3.
Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas.
Luis Poyorena to the mound for the Lemurs. 2 men on base, runners on first and second for the T-Bones. And at the plate, it's a lefty, Tyler Massey. Poyorena on the hill has fulfilled a lot of different roles for the Lemurs this season since joining the team partway through. He's going to make a move towards second, but no one's there to cover the bag. At second base, you have Starlin Rodriguez, and at first, Tyler Moore. Poyorena this season 3-1 with a 2.57 ERA. First pitch, fouled off. They come back with Poyorena after you go with the hard-throwing Jose Navarre, and then the hard-throwing Harold Guerrero. Guerrero also a lefty, Navarre a righty. And you bring in the soft-tossing Poyorena, the side armor. Makes it a little difficult with that slot, that low arm slot. And the pitch, low. Count 1-1. Pollo Reina last pitched on the 9th of August. 2 innings against the Air Hogs. Threw 2 shutout innings. Gave up just a hit. Struck out a batter. Pitch just too far inside in the count 2-1. Pollo Reina's made a start this year for the Lemurs. He's saved a couple games. He's thrown some long relief innings. He's set up some saves. He's come in jam situations like this. 2-2 now as that pitch fouled away. Doing a lot of different things for the Lemurs this season. Really, a little bit of everything. And those guys are really valuable, especially in the American Association, where the roster size is only 23. Pitch taken just a hair inside, and the count full 3-2. And you only have 12 pitchers on the roster, sometimes 11. And especially if one of those guys kind of is hurt and you have to skip a start, or he's pitched a lot out of the bullpen, so you want to rest him. You've got to have other guys that can step up and do different things, and Pollo Reina can do it all. The pitch swung on and one hop towards second. Nice play by Pofer as he falls to the ground, making the snag. Throws the first out recorded. Lemurs get out of the jam. They only allow the solo home run at the start of the inning, and we go to the top of the 7th. Final 3 innings of play, and it's all tied up 3-3, Lemurs and T-Bones.
Attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese,
The creamy sauce.
creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Well, the Lemurs brought out their short lefty to finish off the inning with Luis Pollo Reina, and now the T-Bones in the 7th inning go to their short lefty. 5'7", Josh Tolles. Luis Pollo Reina has an inch on him. He's 5'8". So Tolles on the mound, lefty, against right-handed hitting Brennan Metzger. The Metzger, Pozo, Rondon, the 7-8-9 hitters. The pitch to Metzger called strike 0-1. Final line for Josh Hodges, so they bring in one Josh to replace another. 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs all earned, 2 walks, and 7 Ks. 0-1 pitch, swinging a little grounder down towards first. It's picked up by Black, who's going to flip to Tolles at the bag, and it's just in time to get the out as Tolles then runs into the first base umpire, Brian Child. It's not Child at first base, by the way. I was told it was. Sorry, actually I wrote down my book wrong. Trent Delmont's at first. Child is at third, and Jesus Poso to the plate. 3-1 to put out of Metzger. Poso today is 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run. He hit the home run in the fourth to make it a 3-0 game. Pitch called a strike. Since then, the T-Bones have tied it up, and it's 3-all here in the 7th. Top half of the inning. Poso swings, hits one on the ground, left side. It's grabbed by Mojica. The third baseman throws the first. 2 up, 2 down for Tolles. Let's give you Tolles' number. Tolles spelled T-O-L-S. Josh Tolles this season is 4-3 with a 3.57 ERA, 19 appearances. He's actually made 2 starts for the T-Bones this season. 45 and a third innings pitched for Kansas City. 38 strikeouts, 22 walks. Alvaro Rondon batting from the right side against the lefty Tolles. Takes a strike, 0-1. Rondon, switch hitter. Takes again, but this time it's a ball, missing the plate low. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Tolles with the pitch. Rondon's going to swing, ground it back towards the middle of the right side of the bag at second. Charging it is Wiley. He'll throw to second in time. And Tolles gets the Lemurs 3 up, 3 down here in the 7th. We go to the 7th inning stretch here in Kansas City. Lemurs T-Bones tied at 3.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
Pitcher in the game for the Lemurs, Danny Reynolds, the right-hander in the pitch. Jimmy Mojica, Brett Wiley, Jake Blackwood do up at the plate. So day done for Pollo Reyna. He throws a third of an inning, faces one batter, does his job, gets the ground out to end the inning. There in the 6th. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Lemurs and T-Bones tied at 3. Reynolds winds, and the first pitch from Danny Reynolds is a heater. Or a called strike 0-1. I could tell I was looking through some stats and stuff between innings. 0-1 pitch. Inside, actually, the first pitch was not a fastball. That was a fastball. And the count 1-1, pitch missed inside. I didn't see a new pitcher come out, but I heard the pop of the glove over the playing of Sweet Caroline here at the ballpark, and I knew it wasn't Poirena anymore. And the pitch from Reynolds taken for a called strike, 1-2. Like that. That doesn't sound like Poirena's throws. It's Reynolds. Throws upper 90s. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Reynolds with the delivery to Mojica. Taken called strike 3. Mojica didn't like it. And Reynolds continues his dominance. Mojica today 0 for 4. Reynolds this season has been almost untouchable out of the pen for the Lemurs. He hasn't made a ton of outings. They just got him right before the All-Star break, right after the All-Star break, actually. Reynolds, no, it was right before. It was during the Wichita series. Reynolds 0-0 with an ERA of 0. Has pitched in 6 games. First pitch to Brett Wiley. Taken, fastball for a strike. Wiley, 2 for 3 with an RBI today. But 6 1/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk. He's hit 2 batters and has 12 strikeouts. 12 strikeouts in 6 1/3. Now 13 6 2/3 after that strikeout of Mojica. Breaking ball just high for a ball. The count 1-1. The batters have just been simply overmatched against Reynolds this season since joining the Lemurs. You can ask Wichita hitters, you can ask Joplin hitters, you can ask Air Hogs hitters. Only 1 hit allowed so far. Reynolds winds in the 1-1 pitch, taken on the outside corner for a called strike around 96. The count 1-2. Reynolds not the most imposing of figures either. When you think mid to upper 90s is usually 96 to 99, you think of, especially out of the bullpen, 1-1 pitch, breaking ball just outside, maybe high. It looked really good from here, 2-2 the count. You think of the big, either they've got a big beard, they have something imposing about them. They're either big physically or they have a hair, long hair, some facial feature. 2-2 pitch on the outside corner, called strike 3. Reynolds gets the first 2 batters looking. Or they do something like a high leg kick. They have something about them that's just very unique. Reynolds, 6 foot, right-handed, almost baby-faced, no facial hair. By all accounts, just a very average-looking person. Saw him on the sidewalk, you wouldn't think really anything of him. You watch him pitch, if you just watched his throwing motion, nothing really stands out. He's just pretty typical wind-up delivery, smooth. A little bit of a high leg kick, but nothing crazy. First pitch popped up on the infield. Left side, Poso's coming out, as is Valera. Valera will try to make the play, but he won't catch it. Poso was coming out towards him. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. We'll see how they rule it, but Blackwood will reach first, and there's no 3 up, 3 down for Reynolds here. Ball certainly should have been caught. We'll see if they ruled a hit or an error. Until at the last second, Valera taking a step back, and it just dropped to the ground. But Reynolds, you think of big guy, Navarre out of the bullpen, throws 99, 100. He's 6'1", and he's ripped. He's huge. Everyone whenever they see him, they go, that guy's huge. Nope, not Reynolds, but he throws gas. And no one's been able to really touch him. Pitch low for a ball, 1-0. And they do rule it an error. So it'll likely be an E5. Reynolds behind the count, 1-0 to Anthony Gallus, who has a home run today. 2 for 3 on the day. The 1-0 finds the zone for a strike. 1-1. Not really trusting this radar gun. They said 2 off, and Reynolds is sitting right now low 90s. There's no way. He's had 1 pitch, hit 96. That's the fastest he's thrown. Not buying it. 1-1 the count. Pitch down and away. 2-1. I think it just surprises guys a lot of times. They get up to the plate, and that ball catches up to them quickly. They've got no chance. 2-1 the count to Gallus. Runner at first base reached on an error, Jake Blackwood. Reynolds with the pitch. Swing, foul tip back into the glove of Poso, and count 2-2. Which is fun watching. It's fun watching that kind of a guy. He makes you think anyone can just throw 99 miles an hour. But not just anyone can. It's a special tool. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Gallus. See what Reynolds goes with here on the break-even pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gallus chased it down and away, and Reynolds strikes out the side, although a batter does reach on an error. We go to the top of the 8th. Lemurs and T-Bones tied at 3.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care 1 athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world.
Josh Toll still on the hill. First pitch to Cesar Valera, a called strike. Valera 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts, all swinging, trying to avoid the golden sombrero here. And the pitch taken up and away. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. Valera down 1-2. Lemurs, T-Bones tied at 3, top of the 8th. Game winding down as we get to the final 2 innings of play here. And it's a close one. 1-2 pitch fouled away down the first baseline. And Valera stays alive. Abel Nieves, Lemurs first base coach, going to go retrieve it. Toss it towards the dugout. Count still 1-2. Tolles, the lefty, winds, and the 1-2 pitch. Valera swings, grounds it down the third baseline, and it gets past the third baseman. Mojica rolls up his arm and into shallow left. Valera rounded first, but he'll stop there. He'll reach on an error. Mojica, that could prove costly. Had to backhand it, sat back on it, and maybe it took a bad hop, but runner aboard. and Ty Morrison to the plate. So leadoff runner on, and Morrison today is 1 for 3. Lefty versus lefty. Morrison singled in the first. He struck out once today and grounded out once. Third baseman Mojica playing in. Tolles from the stretch will throw over to first. Valera back standing. Morrison does like to lay down bunts, especially when he's facing a lefty. And right now, with no outs and a game tied, maybe try to lay down a bunt. If you can get a hit, you get a hit. If not, you at least push Valera into scoring position. See what happens here. Tolles delivers, and Morrison does square around, pulls the bat back. It's a called strike 0-1. And a lot of times this season, the Lemurs, once they show bunt once, they don't show bunt again, especially if there's a strike call. They won't bunt with 1 strike. The rule of thumb is not to bunt with 2 strikes, but the Lemurs hardly bunt with 1. Tolles and delivers plate where Morrison will square around with 1 strike and bunt it foul, though, back behind the plate, and the count 0-2. So now that rule of thumb with not bunting with 2 strikes, because if it goes foul, it's a strikeout, comes into play. Tolles ahead 0-2 on Morrison. Valera at first getting a lead, and the delivery. Swinging a grounder right at the shortstop. It's grabbed by Frias. He'll take it to the bag himself. Throw to first, and it's double play. 6-3, and the error by Mojica erased.
The left fielder, number 23, Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds to the plate. And boy, this would be a great time for Reynolds' first homer as a Lemur. Reynolds, the league leader in home runs, hit all of them with the Air Hogs, pitch taken high, ball 1. And by all of them, I mean all 23. 1-0 pitch, Reynolds taking off speed, pitch at the knees for a call strike 1-1. He's got a lefty on him. See if he can do something here against the left-handed pitcher. Right-handed batter Reynolds, and the 1-1. He takes outside. 2-1. Reynolds in his first game as a Lemur, the 2-1 delivery from Tolles. Swing and a bouncer foul right towards the Lemurs on deck circle. Kind of behind the plate, third base side. The count evens up 2-2 to Burt Reynolds. Lemurs tied 3-3 with the T-Bones, top of the 8th. Tolles with the break-even pitch, and that ball hit hard, but on the ground, right at Frias, the shortstop. He'll tap the glove, throw to first, inning over. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Lemurs back out on defense, tied with the T-Bones, 3-3.
We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese,
The creamy sauce.
creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Leading out for the T-Bones, the left fielder, number 2, Tyson Gillies.
Kamakani Usui in the pitch here in the 8th inning. For the Lemurs, first pitch from the right-hander is up high. Ball 1. It'll be Tyson Gillies, Starlin Rodriguez, and Vladimir Frias at the plate. Gillies a lefty. And for Usui this season, in a Lemurs uniform, 4-2 with a 2.62 ERA. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. The change up there, and 35 appearances in this season for Usui, 34 and a third innings pitched. He has 41 strikeouts, 14 walks. 1-1 the count to Gillies. Final line on Reynolds. 1 inning pitched, 3 strikeouts. He allowed 1 base runner. It was an error. 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. So business as usual for Danny Reynolds. And the Lemurs seem to have found their 7th, 8th, 9th inning guys. Reynolds coming in the 7th, Usui the 8th, and Inman the 9th. At least that's kind of been the theme here lately. And then if Inman doesn't go the 9th, then they go with De La Cruz. And then De La Cruz would pitch instead of one of the other two. And they've already pitched too many times. 2-2, the count now is that last pitch bounced in the dirt. So De La Cruz kind of floats around from innings 7 through 9 with whoever is unavailable that day to pitch. And the pitch taken up high. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Tyson Gillies. And then you have, also out of the pen for the Lemurs, Harold Guerrero and Luis Poyorena. Filling in when needed. Pitch inside, ball 4. And Starlin Rodriguez to the plate. Rodriguez 1 for 3 today with a stolen bag.
Right fielder, number 1, Starlin Rodriguez.
But Usui was really good against the Air Hogs this last series. First pitch taken up high. Rodriguez was squaring around a bunt, pulled it back, and the count 1-0. Usui hasn't allowed a run since July 24th, as he's had 6 straight outings of shutout baseball for the Lemurs. 2 of those come against the Air Hogs. Pitch bunted at down the first baseline, foul. A hard bunt. Last time out, August 10th, yesterday. An inning pitched, gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 3. He also pitched on August 8th, threw an inning, struck out 1. And a 3-up, 3-down inning against the Air Hogs. He also won 2 of the games in that Joplin series, August 4th and August 5th. Usui with the pitch. Taken, I don't know where that missed. Looked pretty good. Maybe a little low. 2-1 the count. Lemurs at a double play depth of sorts. Still playing the possibility of a bunt, though. Left side of the infield pretty open. Pitch to Rodriguez, swung on and hit hard at the third baseman, Valera, who was playing it up on the grass. He had no shot. That ball was scorched to his left. Dove for it, but just too hard, hit towards the hole, and with him playing that far in, really no chance, and it's a single for Rodriguez. Runners on first and second from T-Bones. Vladimir Frias to the plate. Infield will gather as Ben Moore comes out of the dugout for the Lemurs. Looks like someone is throwing in the Lemurs pen. Maybe 2 somebodies. That bullpen is really far away. It's out beyond the left center wall where it says 411 in the corner. It starts, the mound is right around that corner, so we're talking a long ways from the press box here. I don't have my binoculars. Activity also in the Kansas City bullpen. Now Jordan Sandberg, the home plate umpire, breaking up the meeting on the mound. Runners on first and second after a walk and a single, no outs on the inning. There's a righty in the bullpen for the Lemurs. I think it's Jeff Inman, just based off of how he's throwing, delivery and everything. And also the situation. He's come in a lot of times in the 8th inning in jams to get the Lemurs out of them in those close ball games. Runners on second and third. Frias at the plate. The pitch taken high as Frias squared around a bunt, pulled it back. He has a home run today, does Frias. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and a home run. Lemurs pen getting in some trouble today. Navarre gave up 2 runs in his 5 innings as a starter. Harold Guerrero gave up a solo home run in his inning, or 2/3 of an inning in relief on the first pitch he threw. Valera calling out signs from third. And now Usui going to walk off the mound and go talk to Valera, get clarification on it. 1-0 the count to Frias. Throw over to second, little pickoff move. They tried a little trick play that we've seen before where Rondon breaks for second, Usui turns and goes to second base, or Rondon breaks for third, the shortstop, and then creeping in behind is Pulfer. Pulfer catches it, pretends like he didn't, pretends like it goes into center. Although Gillies wasn't fooled. Now Usui going and talking to Valera again. Fans booing it. They want action. Sorry, folks. The Lemurs play really slow, in case you didn't get that memo. We like long games. Usui. 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch. It's taken high, ball 2. So the count 2-0. Frias trying to lay down a sac bunt. Usui hasn't been able to find the zone yet. Valera again calling out signs. Usui's going to go walk off the mound and go talk to Valera. Unless Usui doesn't know the signs or something. I don't know. But 2-0 the count. Usui looks over at second, fires the 2-0 pitch. A little outside. And it's now 3-0. Frias just trying to lay down a sac bunt. Now is a 3-0 count on him. Might even draw a walk to load the bases. Usui from the stretch. Fria's going to show bunt. I'm sure he'll pull back. He does. And it's right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. So we're going to have to battle back into this count. See if Fria still is bunting with it 3-1. Hitters count. We'll let him try and tee off a one. No, he still squares around. He does lay a bunt down. Usui's going to grab it, look at third real quick, then throw to first. A little wide, but Chavez makes the play, and there's one away. So runners on second and third. The game is tied at 3. Dalton Wheat pinch hitting. Wearing those work gloves he's so famous for. Well, famous within the American Association, maybe. Pinch hitting for Tyler Moore with runners on second and third. Lefty Wheat against the righty Usui. And the pitch, Wheat taking a called strike, 0-1. One out in the inning, so they finally did get the sac bunt laid down. Wheat's numbers this year, he's hitting .316. 20 runs batted in, no homers. Has played in a total of 45 games, made 37 starts. There's another called strike, and it's 0-2. So Wheat coming in cold off the bench. Takes the first 2 pitches, and they're both called strikes. Usui from the stretch. Ahead 0-2 against Wheat. Infield in. This could be a big strikeout for him. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Poso. Nice work by the Lemurs catcher in the count 1-2. Get a strikeout here. Infield can back up, and you only need one more out to get out of the inning. But it will be Tyler Massey at the top of the order. Usui against lefties this season, or lefties against Usui this season, just hitting .138. In fact, righties are hitting better against him than lefties are. Righties are .207. 1-2 pitch, grounder right towards Rondon. He's going to fire plateward, and it is not in time. The runner's safe, and the T-Bones have the lead. As Gillies had a big lead at third, and Rondon sat back on it, waiting for that ball to get to him. It kind of slowed up, and now Incaviglia is going to come out of the dugout and plead his case. 4-3, the T-Bones have their first lead, and runners are on the corners. It was a close play. Poso had the plate blocked off well, as the throw did not beat the runner, I didn't think, but Poso's plate blocking skills may have caused him to be, or caused Gillies to maybe miss the plate, but Pete gives up pretty quickly. There with Jordan Sandberg and heads back to the dugout. Close play at the plate. Gillies went in head first to score, and it's now 4-3. Lemurs trailing the T-Bones in the bottom of the 8th. Tyler Massey at the plate. T-Bones' first lead of the game, and they're going to intentionally walk Massey. And it's a wild pitch. Goes to the backstop. Another run will score. Runner on second now. The score 5-3. Still just one out in the inning. They're just going to pitch to Massey now with a runner at second base. 1-0 the count. And the pitch taken for a strike, 1-1. The runner at second is Dalton Wheat. He pinch hit for Tyler Moore. Lemurs will now have to score 2 runs in the top of the 9th to possibly force extras. There's a swing and a miss, and the count 1-2. Lemurs will have Phipps, Chavez, and Pulfer. The 4, 5, 6 hitters. Pitch in the dirt. The count 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Massey, who is 3 for 4 in the game. I mean, you understand why you try to walk him. And the pitch swung on and missed. Usui overpowering Massey. He strikes out. Now 3 for 5. 2 outs in the inning. Jimmy Mojica, third baseman for the T-Bones, to the plate. He's 0 for 4 today. 2 outs, runner on second. T-Bones leading 5-3 over the Lemurs. Usui from the stretch, righty versus righty. And the pitch to Mojica is taken in the dirt, blocked by Poso. T-Bones scored 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. So far 2 here in the 8th. Trying to keep it at 2. Lemurs scored all 3 of their runs in the 4th inning. Against starter Josh Hodges. Pitch from Usui, swing and a miss. And the count 1-1. Usui, the 1-1, up and in. Mojica leans out of the way. Fans give a hearted whoa as he leans out of the way. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. No one throwing in the Lemurs pen anymore. There's a swing and a miss. And the count 2-2. Wheat at second, getting his lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, the break-even pitch, swing and a foul tip off of Poso. He couldn't hold on to it. And the count's still even, 2-2. Mojica still has life. Waiting on deck, Brett Wiley if Mojica reaches. He'll come up to the plate. Usui with another 2-2. Swing, grounder towards third base. Valera's going to field it. Throw to first on the money, inning over. But Kansas City scores 2. Lemurs now down to their final 3 outs. They are in a hole, 5-3. They trail the T-Bones.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit Hot Dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito Hamburger and Cabrito Hot Dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill. Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit Hot Dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito Hamburger and Cabrito Hot Dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Dennis Phipps in the ball game, or at the plate for the Lemurs. New pitcher in the game for the T-Bones. Can't tell who it is yet. They haven't announced it either. I think it's Tyler Ibarra. Yes, it is. And the pitch from Ibarra swung on and fouled away right side off the tarp. So Ibarra relieves Tolles. Sorry, Ybarra. It's Ybarra. Ybarra 0-0 with an ERA of a 4.05. 0-1 pitch to Phipps. He swings and fouls it away up over the screen. Well out of play. 0-2. Ybarra's pitched in just 5 games for the T-Bones this season, 6 2/3 innings. He's allowed 3 runs on 5 hits, 6 walks, 10 strikeouts. And Ybarra from the stretch ahead 0-2 on Phipps, who was 0 for 2 with a walk today and a run scored. Also struck out twice. Pitch swung on and foul tipped, just barely not being snagged by the new catcher, by the way. Steve Swingle. Steve Swingle in the game as Dalton Wheat pinch hit for Tyler Moore. Swingle in that 9 spot. And the 0-2 pitch once more outside in the count 1-2. Lemurs down 5-3. 2 runs came across there in the bottom of the 8th for the T-Bones as it was tied 3-all. Lemurs haven't scored since the 4th. And they got a 2-run home run off the bat of Dennis Phipps, or off the bat of Jesus Poso. Phipps scored earlier in the inning on the double by Zane Chavez. So this is the part of the order that helped them score 3 runs. It was an inning led off by a Phipps walk. 1-2 the count. Ybarra with the pitch. Phipps takes up and away. Count evens up at 2-2. Phipps, Chavez, Pulfer, Metzger, Poso. Phipps, Chavez, Pulfer, not a bad trio to have come up to the plate. That is for certain. 2-2, the count. Swung on, ground ball back towards the middle. It's blocked by Wiley. He tried to backhand it, but the ball didn't go into his glove, just hit his glove and fell to his feet. We'll see how they rule it. Phipps reaches, though. And that's all that really matters in the situation here when it comes to wins and losses. Still waiting for a decision here, whether it's a hit or an error. But Phipps aboard and Zane Chavez at the plate.
The first baseman, number 9, Zane Chavez.
Chavez, 1 for 3 with a double today. He doubled back in that 4th inning when Phipps was on first. Phipps on first here. Double would be nice. Lemurs need 2 runs this inning at least. Pitch swung on, a little tapper left side of the mound. Coming off of it is the pitcher Ybarra. He throws short to first, and safe is Chavez. As the pitch was in the dirt, coming off of the bag just to block it was Blackwood. Hit his glove and fell to the ground. It would have been a close play, even had Blackwood not had to come off of it. It was effectively a swinging bunt there off the left side of the mound. Beautiful placement. I'm sure that's not what Chavez was trying to do, but all of a sudden the Lemurs, they've got some new life right now.
The Chick-fil-A strikeout batter of the game.
Still no call on either one of those, up on the scoreboard at least, whether they're hits or errors. J.D. Pulfer at the plate, runners on first and second. Lemurs down by 2, so the tying runs are on base, no outs in the inning. Phipps at second, Chavez at first. First pitch from Ybarra to Pulfer. He bunts it up in the air, up over the screen, just down right in front of me, kind of. 0-1 the count. Fans scramble for the baseball down below. So Pulfer trying to move those runners both into scoring position, which would be huge. See if he does so. Tries to do so again here with another bunt. Couldn't get that one down. 0-1 the count. Ybarra from the stretch looks over at Phipps at second. Pitch, Pulfer squares, bunts it down the third baseline, but foul, so he can't get the bunt down. He's now down 0-2. Right now, both those are being ruled singles for Pulfer, or for Phipps, and for Chavez. So Phipps now 1 for 3 on the night with a walk and a single. Chavez 2 for 4 with double and a single. And the pitch, 0-2 in the dirt. Pulfer took it. Thought about it. And the count 1-2. Lemurs trailing 5-3. Top of the ninth. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner. Jimmy Norris coming in for Zane Chavez. Trying to get some more speed on the field, especially if Pulfer can get a base knock. Norris trying to stretch out over at first a little bit. So Norris at first base, Phipps at second. 1-2 pitch, grounder back towards the middle. Frias backing up on it, will flip to second for one, over to first, in time for a double play. So Pulfer grounds into the double play ball. Phipps advances to third base, and there's 2 outs in the inning. Brennan Metzger to the plate. 6-4-3. Double play, 2 outs. Lemurs down to their final out.
The center fielder, number 34, Brennan Metzger.
Runner at third, Metzger today, 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice and scored. Ybarra with the pitch. Metzger takes inside ball 1. Still, the tying run is at the plate now instead of the go-ahead run, but Lemurs not out of it yet. Ybarra from the stretch. Kicks in the 1-0. Metzger takes down and in, 2-0. Boy, if you're the Lemurs, you want Poso at the plate. He's on deck. He already has a home run tonight. Maybe he can get a second one. Metzger can reach. He's ahead 2-0 in the count. Or if Metzger can reach, maybe Poso can get himself a double. He's been hitting a lot of those lately. 2-0. Ybarra delivers, taken low, ball 3. Lemurs with a win would gain ground on either Winnipeg or Wichita. Right now, Wichita leading Winnipeg by 2, so it would be Winnipeg who the Lemurs could gain ground on. 3-0 pitch, right down the middle. Metzger taking all the way, 3-1. Which draws a chorus of cheers from the crowd. 3 balls, 1 strike. The count to Brennan Metzger. He's got 1 hit as a Lemur, but he's managed to score 3 times in his first 3 games now. 3-1 delivery. Metzger takes outside, ball 4. The Lemurs once more have the go-ahead run at the plate and the tying run on base. Runners on the corners. And Jesus Poso at the plate.
The catcher, number 32, Jesus Poso,
is 1 for 3 with a home run today. 2-run shot out to left field back in the 4th. Poso has come up big this season for the Lemurs in these clutch 2-out situations late in ball games. Already a few times. Let's see if he can do it again. First pitch, Poso's attacking. He fouls one away, out of play. Got a fastball, was just late on it. 0-1 the count. Poso this season with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, hitting .321. Swings, fouls one away, right side along the tarp. And a fan has run onto the field to try and grab that ball. Waiting for him to get yelled at by the PA guy. He won't. Poso down 0-2. Hitting .321 with a home run and 12 runs batted in with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. 0-2 pitch. Poso tries to check a swing. He doesn't. That's strike 3. Lemurs come up short tonight against the T-Bones. They fall 5-3, your final score in Game 1 of this 4-game series against Kansas City.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Lemurs fall tonight. I score 5-3 the T-Bones in Game 1 of this 4-game series. Lemurs led at 1.3-0. We'll take a look at this ball game here real quick and get out of here. Lemurs sent Jose Navarro to the mound. Josh Hodges went to the hill for the Joplin for the Kansas City T-Bones. He used to pitch for Joplin. Lemurs couldn't really do much against Hodges for the first 3 innings, but in the 4th, Phipps led off with a walk. Zane Chavez doubled. J.D. Pulford would fly out for out number 1. On Chavez's double, Phipps scored, making it 1-0. Brennan Metzger hit the ball to the left side. Chavez would try to go from second to third, but be thrown out. So Metzger would reach, but Chavez put out for out number 2. And with 2 outs, Metzger at first, Poso would hit a ball out to left field over the wall for a 2-run home run, and the Lemurs were up 3-0. Lemurs offense wouldn't do a whole lot more rest of the night, though, as the T-Bones added their first runs of the game coming in the 5th inning. They got a leadoff home run in the 5th. Right off the bat of Vladimir Frias on the first pitch of the 5th inning. In fact, first pitch of the 5th and first pitch of the 6th were both home runs. Frias led off the 5th with a home run. It was followed by a 1-out double by Tyler Massey, who then with 2 outs was brought in on a double by Brett Wiley, making it 3-2. In the 6th inning, Harold Guerrero came on to pitch for Navarre when he gave up on a first pitch a home run to Anthony Gallus, and the game was tied 3-3 after 6. Guerrero would give up a couple more base runners, but no one else would score. He'd get out of the inning. Or actually, he'd get 2 outs in the inning, and then Poirena would come in and get him out of the inning, getting the final out at the plate. 7th inning, a scoreless 7 for both teams. In the 8th inning, though, the Lemurs would get a leadoff man aboard thanks to an error, but a double play ball would end that threat, and then Burt Reynolds would ground out to end the inning. The Lemurs would send Kamakani Usui out in the 8th inning. Usui would give up a pair of runs, starting with a walk of Starlin Rodriguez, then a single by Vladimir Frias. a walk of Gillies, a single by Rodriguez. Vladimir Frias would lay down a sac bunt on a 3-1 pitch to push those runners over to second and third. Then Dalton Wheat, pinch hitting for Tyler Moore, would hit a ground ball towards Alvaro Rondon on a bang-bang play. Rondon would throw to the plate and trying to get Gillies, keeping the run off the board, but Gillies would be called safe, so 1 out, runners in the corners. Next pitch was a pitch out. As Tyler Matthews was on the plate, they were going to try and intentionally walk him, and the pitch got away from Usui and went up to the wall, and another run came across as Rodriguez scored, and it was the second and final run of the 8th inning for the T-Bones. Lemurs made it interesting in the 9th. They got back-to-back infield singles by Phipps and Chavez to put runners on first and second. Pulford tried to lay down a sac bunt, but he couldn't get it down and ended up having to swing away. He got a 1-2 count on him, but grounded it up the middle. It was grabbed by Frias, and he helped start a double play, making it 2 outs in the innings and a runner, 2 outs on the inning there in the 9th and a runner on third. Brennan Metzger, though, would walk on 5 pitches, putting again the tying run on base. Runners in the corners, 2 outs. Jesus Pozo would come to the plate, already 1 home run in the night, but he would strike out swinging. He would try to check his swing, but he definitely went through the zone, and the inning and ball game was over. Lemurs stranding the tying runs on base there tonight in the top of the 9th. As we take a look at the final line for the pitchers tonight, your starter, Jose Navarro, went 5 innings, gave up 9 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Harold Guerrero came in relief, 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk on 2 hits. Luis Poyoreno faced 1 batter, got him out on a grounder. Danny Reynolds threw an inning, struck out 3 batters, faced 4, 1 batter reached on an error tonight. Kamakani Usui came on to pitch for the Lemurs. He took the loss tonight as he threw that 8th inning, giving up 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 inning of work, both those runs earned. For Kansas City tonight, they used just 3 pitchers. Josh Hodges getting a no decision in the ball game as he threw 6 innings of 3-run baseball on 4 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Josh Tolles came in through 2 innings of shutout baseball. In fact, didn't allow anyone to even reach a shutout. Gave up the 1 runner due to an error, but still only faced 6 batters thanks to the double play. And Tyler Ybarra came in to pitch, and he threw an inning, gave up 2 hits, walked a batter, but he got a big strikeout at the end and didn't allow any runs as the Lemurs came up short in the comeback attempt tonight. So with the loss, the Lemurs now will be 43-34 on the season, and the T-Bones 34 and 42 on the year. Let's take one last look around the scoreboard as the Lemurs came in the night 2 games behind the Winnipeg Goldeyes and a total of 4.5 games behind the Wingnuts. They'll lose a game to the Wingnuts as the Wingnuts won tonight 9-7 over the Goldeyes, but they'll still stay 2 games behind Winnipeg. So there's a chance tonight the Lemurs had won to get within 1 game of the wild card, but they came up short. Over in Fargo, the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks fell at home 6-5 to the Gary South Shore Railcats. Texas Airhawks 9-2 winners over the Joplin Blasters that game in Grand Prairie. Sioux City and Lincoln were postponed due to rain, but last I saw, Sioux City, I believe, was just stomping Lincoln. So they'll finish that game tomorrow. Sioux City was winning, though. 15-1 the score right now in St. Paul as the Saints are just throttling the Sioux Falls Canaries. Top of the 9th inning, Canaries at the plate, but they're all but out of that game as they trail by 14 there in the 9th inning. And your win tonight goes to Josh Tolles. The loss, Kamakani Usui, and the save, Tyler Ybarra. Final game time tonight, 3 hours and 11 minutes. And tonight they've got midget wrestling going on. I believe it's out on the concourse area. Yeah, it is. Not on the field, but midget wrestling. I didn't mention it on air, but they like to be called midgets. It's their preferred term, these 2 particular men, and they do wrestling. They've already done it with the Railcats this year. I saw them do it last year. They were in Joplin. Joplin's already had them this year do it after a game. It's pretty entertaining. But some midget wrestling going on in the concourse down the left field line starting right now. So something pretty entertaining. You can go look it up on YouTube if you want to go check it out. But they're about to start that here tonight. Lemurs, again, fall tonight, 5-3 the final. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's game, let's take a quick look at that. Tomorrow's game will feature a pair of righties, Ryan Beckman for the Lemurs, Jared Messer for the T-Bones. Gabe Perez is throwing the day after for Game 3 of this 4-game series. So tomorrow, Game 2, Beckman versus Messer, 7:05 first pitch here in Kansas City as the Lemurs try to bounce back from this loss in Game 1 of the series. They send their opening day starter and ace, Beckman, to the hill. I'm James Nasser. Have a great rest of your evening, and tune in tomorrow for Game 2 of this 4-game series. Until then, I will see you later. Good night, everybody.